Welcome, one and all, to a second season of yegVMP. No. Hello, I am your storyteller and host here, Liam McKinnon. Hello, everybody. And as always here at Novice DMing, you are welcome, you are encouraged, and you are amazing. Just like some very amazing people in my life over here. What's up, amazing people?
Sup?
What's up, amazing Liam?
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Comme ça, ¿y tú?
Más o menos.
Es su casa y mi casa.
Hey, mi casa is here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my casa, and I'm very happy to have you all here. My Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Pretty sure I spoke French.
Hey.
You did? You did.
Hey, Romance languages, they're all the same.
Yeah. Oui. Anyway.
They're all white people.
I think this is the episode we get canceled.
Already? No.
No.
Just for speaking Romance languages?
That's
I don't know
true.
about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you all. So, welcome to another season of yegVMP. This is so fantastic. Of course, there is one person that is amazing that is not here right now, and that is Monika. Monika is sick today, so we wish Monika a very speedy recovery. There are some things that are going to unfold for the caller, and I will explain a little bit about what that is later. But we'll get into that later. For those of you who are just joining us right now, welcome to Novice DMing. I'm so very excited for you guys to be joining us for Vampire the Masquerade. This is a chronicle that has been spanning for the last year, and it's been going pretty well, I think, so far. Yeah, it's been going pretty well. Yes, so, announcements. The date in which we are filming this, first of all, I'm getting a little bit more consistent with my uploads. The date in which we are going to be doing this is going to be February 2nd. So we're kind of like filming this a week in advance, and then I have time to upload stuff. So, I'm going to be doing my advertisements as if it is a week from now on February 2nd.
Beautiful. Because
it's actually 2 weeks later. Anyway, on this Saturday, February 7th, it's going to be another session for yegD&D with Sorry Not Sorry Improv Society. We are going to be coming at you at the Grindstone Theater, and I'm going to be a PC with Glenna Showalter, and I'm very excited about that. Glenna and I have never PC'd before together. Glenna has been a Dungeon Master while I was an NPC, and then I don't think I was a PC under Glenna DMing, but I've NPC'd when Glenna PC'd. And I'm very excited for us to be sharing the grand adventure together. So if you guys are in the Edmonton area and want to be there for the 7th, please come out to that. Also on the 7th at 10:30 p.m. till 2 a.m. I am doing Blood on the Grindstone, my very first produced show. Tickets will be available for people to come and see the show. I'm very excited. They are $30 with a fee for the theater, so it's $30 straight. For that, like $29.77. But yes, it is that. I mentioned it was like $25, and then they put an extra fee on it. I'm like, oh great, they're not deducting that from the $25. That's really good to know. So yes, I'm very excited about this. Please come out to Plague Blood on the Clock Tower at the Grindstone Theater. It's gonna be awesome. I am going to be all in makeup, which I am so excited about. And that is really everything for the announcements of this week. I believe there's nothing else going on this week. Great. Do you guys have anything going on?
Korean cooking shows. I highly recommend. They're a great stress reliever. On Netflix, Culinary Class Wars, Chef in My Fridge, and Blank Menu Just For You. Those are just TV shows I like. I am not affiliated with them.
Watch some great Korean cooking shows. Yeah. And watch some last week and this week as well. Do that. Do it now.
You can binge them. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What Sami said.
Yeah. Do it.
I just always feel guilty that I don't have anything to promote.
That's okay. I was trying to think of a romantic language to say
Italian.
It. And
go for it.
Go see the show of the Korean cooking.
Pronto.
Pronto. Yeah. Avanti. Do it now. So I like Jack Lemmon movies. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm so glad to be here. So we are going to do, for those of you who are brand new, who have not seen this show before, we will do a full recap of some of the moments that happened in season 1. But of course, as we're about to dive into this, we have to set up, as we always do, the drives for our Kindred as they are going to be going into this session so they can be ready for the events that may unfold for them. So, Penny, a drive for yourself. What are you interested in doing? I also should have said, this is Sami and Kordell. They're like, we didn't say our names, did we?
No.
This is Sami, this is Kordell. I'm Liam McKinnon. The name is in the description. Please read the description. Sami playing Penny.
Yeah.
What is Penny's drive?
So, Sami Silver playing Dr. Penelope Potts, a.k.a. Penny Potts, which is a pseudonym for her real name, which is Constance Burrows. Her drive is currently figure out what the fuck.
Nice.
More specifically,
Yes.
she would like to understand what Mother meant by her having an open memoriam and why that makes her different and special. I don't know that Penny fully understands the implication, because she just kind of has been walking around assuming that all vampires just like can access memories on a whim. And she was very like, when Mother was like, we have chosen you for the Camarilla, and we've chosen you not because you're a great psychologist, which is what she thought, but because, you know, you were able to force open the memory of one of our lobotomized henchmen, and that is like a dangerous thing, and most vampires can't do that, and like, what the fuck? Penny was like, oh, psh, yeah, that, you know, she said like
I
a
know
liar.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, like a liar.
Yeah. So just find out why you're special.
Yeah, just to like, yeah, like specifically she has a plan to try to figure out like what that means. And that ties into her project that she has that was established many moons ago. She's been in a little bit of a frenzy for the last like several episodes of the arc. She's been going through some stuff, but she does have a book that she's trying to write.
Yes.
This is a book called Reanimating the Self, an exploration of kindred behavior, cognition, and attachment in pursuit of wellness and psychological integration following the trauma of undeath. So she really wants to find out this, what the fuck is this open memoriam thing?
Right.
How is that working? Why is she different? Because her entire thesis is like predicated on the idea that like neuroplasticity works the same way in vampires that it does in people. And if that ain't how vampire memory works, like her entire like thing is kind of out the window.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like how that's your takeaway from it. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to
Cool.
figure out this open memoriam. Romulus Nicolae Stoya?
Stoya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So close.
Yes. Kordell can play older or younger, 6'1", not willing to shave.
Good luck, bud.
Yes.
We're happy to have you here. We'll have you under consideration.
Romulus Nicolae Stoya, currently known by the name Nico Shrodinger. And yeah, his desire, his drive for this episode and possibly future is get a favor from the Camarilla.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Getting a favor from the Camarilla. I cannot wait to see how that works out for you. Okay. Wonderful. With that, do you guys have any questions regarding character stuff or anything like that? I did have one, which was, have you guys done any XP spending for yourself?
No, not since the recent sort of betwixt season level up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect. So if there are no questions about that, there's no level ups that we have to worry about, then I guess that we can just dive into the very first session for the second season of yegVMP. In the very first moments of our chronicle, we opened ourselves up to a world ravaged by fire. We saw a strip of it building through across a horizon line, a inferno in the night that filled with smoke, gray. It was this sight of pure hell. But this was just something that is a baseline visual. For a moment, I would like to go back to this and to expand further. This fire spreads across a prairie landscape. It grows and builds and builds. As fire picks up across, we see bushes swallowed, trees, roadways, and homes. Engulfed in fire, far in the distant horizon, in the dark silhouette of night, if the clouds were not being swallowed up by smoke, we could see behind us a range of mountains. We could see a place that is structured and defined within the borders of the Rocky Mountains themselves. A place that is engulfed in this flame. And as we begin to draw this scene out, draw this fire farther and farther, we notice there is a figure beginning to take shape outside of the flames, far away to a position of safety where there is no fear, where there is no terror, where there is no feeling of threat or dread. There is just a silhouette. We do not see their emotions. We do not see their face. We see their hand. Black as night as well, from shadow, we see at the end of it, tips at their fingers, claws formed. And we see blood dripping down into a prairie field. In our first season, we had a group of individuals that were centered in the city of Edmonton, Alberta. These individuals have come to Edmonton, were not simply like locals here. They were foreigners to an extent. Constance Burroughs, you were a kindred that was embraced in the 1600s during the time in which it was commonplace for young women to be scandalized and condemned to die for the basic act of doing things that men could not understand. Your embrace was brought about by a sire named Sebastian Bishop, a person who you were bound to, and you've broken that bond after putting yourself into a state of forced torpor. Embracing the character and persona of Dr. Penny Potts, adeptly working the field of psychoanalysis, psychology, and helping to alleviate the burdens of the mind for mortal people. However, your practice, which was watched and supervised, and also attended to by wonderful attendants like Lena and Sky, a shared medical practice with other chiropractors, specialty physicians, but you lost your practice willingly as you began to find the difficulties of balancing the human veil, this what is now becoming defined as a masquerade. You found yourself changing your own life and trying to reconstruct it. Looking for aid in your mortal companions of Colin Baines, and then hoping to find some level of connection to help you survive as a kindred that feeds upon the dying blood potency of other mortals. You found yourself in a position where you were trying to figure out a new life for yourself. This life began to converge and intersect with other kindred within this city. One of them, Gertrude, a member of a motorcycle gang on the outskirts of the Edmonton city called the Collar, a group of people that are defined by their guard dog protection of each other, a sense of strong vitality within their community, and as we found out, the structure of this entire motorcycle gang was built on solidarity, promises, hopes for improving the lives of everyone that are a part of it, and lies. Lies specifically to Gertie, and in a hope to make sure that they could hold a powerful individual within their ranks, but also to make sure that they didn't burden that person with a hard truth that they could not accept. The fact that they, as vampires, don't just feed off of blood extracted from mortals through bagged processes, but that this blood is also processed and is animal blood. This is what occurred for Gertie as her world began to unravel slightly. And she has now found a connection with local thin bloods that exist within Edmonton. One of them in particular is a thin blood named White Fang that is in the process of synthesizing Gertie's blood and doing tests to see if this could potentially help other thin bloods or mortals that are afflicted by vampirism and the powers and the addictions that come with it. We also had another kindred named Declan Lynch. Kordell, you had brought Declan Lynch to our story. He's still okay right now.
As far as we know.
As far as you know.
I mean, he's gone.
Can I get there? I'll get there. Anyway, Declan was fine at the beginning. He was from Boston, and he was trying to live the life of a father and an investigator in the city of Edmonton, raising and watching from a distance, but very close distance, his daughter Cass. Yes?
Hot dad.
Very hot Jensen Ackles' dad.
DILF.
Very good for you. Very good for you. And Declan... Yeah, Declan was hot as hell, and also a person who truly had been a master in his own space and beginning to effectively master, finding lost humans and helping to trying to bring them back towards their families. But Declan, through his outreach to try and touch the lives of other people and try to help heal and protect people around him, unknowingly was beginning to affect other people in their lives to a point where hardship was coming over for them. In himself, a young boy that he had been entrusted to try and find was injured severely when he had asked Gertie to be a part of this investigation. He also began to make connections within the Anarch community, but those connections began to, not be fully followed up on as more things began to stack up, and Declan began to fear for his own life as he began to insert himself into Gertie's own life, and members of the Collar began to protect her. And through that, Declan felt it was best to then go to Boston to be able to put himself in a form of exile to allow himself to re-tap into his own roots. All three of these people had been part of a grander narrative within this, as they had met a Camarilla vampire named Leonidas, a person who was looking to scout out exceptional individuals to be part of the Blatchford gathering of kindred that are coming in to take hold, basically, of more property and ground within the Camarilla to strengthen their numbers, but very specifically within Blatchford. And my pause there was to make sure I got the name right. But in the Blatchford area, it is newly developed. The desire is to make sure that they are a self-sustaining group of kindred, to make sure that Blatchford becomes a model for 3 vampires to prove that vampires can be self-sufficient within a small group of communities to help with an overpopulation issue that is happening within the city of Edmonton. We found out that Penny, after a situation where you could not control your hunger, you had been pulled into this world as some kindred that you have become familiar with, that are kind of heads of this Camarilla Society, one named Mother and another named Mr. Glass, have revealed to you that they are working towards figuring out how to make this society work in their own means, but how to make it work. And they require somebody of your intellect that has what is known as an open memoriam to make sure that the people that they fix in their society are properly working. And so that is what how you've become enfolded in this. And you have been given a new place, something away from your recent residency, like way down in like southwest Edmonton, to now going into the center area of downtown between Camarilla controlled locations and Anarch controlled areas. And in this abandonment, you also have, unfortunately, unbeknownst to you, abandoned a wraith that was left in your garage and is now no longer there. Oops. Going off through South Alberta, gosh knows where.
The Camarilla already said it could be their problem.
And in this, we also introduce ourselves to another vampire, a prisoner that has been locked away since the foundation of one of the best prisons in the world, let's be honest. One of the best prisons in the world, the Edmonton Institution. And Romulus, Nicolae, Nico, you have freed yourself from your connections within your, let's say, I don't even know if you're really part of this coterie anymore, but truly the people that have bound you within their coterie to get rid of their problems, you have now decided to become a problem yourself. Mm-hmm. Freeing yourself due to the secret, shadowy people that have helped in your freedom. You have now become a fully untethered kindred to a certain extent, and we're going to get to that in a moment. But now you are on a horse going into the city of Edmonton. And that is currently where we are at, my friends. Now, we are going to begin this session with you, Nico. Very important thing that we have left from the last session that we will be addressing in a moment is the stains that you have incurred on your humanity. But before we get into that kind of more heady stuff, because I've talked a lot, I want to ask you, you've taken a horse.
Yes.
Fantastic. You've been given an address to be able to go somewhere that is a hideout for yourself. I want to ask you, what exactly is the method in which you wish to go there? Because, let's be honest, we're still in 2024. Mm-hmm. A horse, it's pretty damn conspicuous. Like, people are going to be noticing. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you what your plan is to be traveling down.
Yeah, I think Nico uses this horse to get to the city. And I think once he is able to recognize, and he has this map of Edmonton, I think once he was able to pull that out, and once he's able to figure out where he is, and like I picture like there's definitely a moment where he's on the horse and then he pulls the map out and he's just sitting on the horse looking through the map. Once he figures it out and has an idea of like looking around and trying to like get a rough estimate of like the time, he would look to be like, okay, can I make it to this place on foot? And if not, how far in do I have to go before I can?
Okay. I'm going to have you make a intelligence and survival check.
That's crazy that it went in slow motion there. That was
Survival
wild.
check, yes.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy is how many like punchline songs I could like put to the meme of Nico like riding in with a map.
Yeah.
There are too many copyrighted song titles just went through my head to like capture that moment.
So every dice I rolled was a success, which means one success.
Wonderful. So you can read a map.
I can.
Yeah.
Maps have
fantastic.
been around for ages.
Yes, of course. Yes,
Yeah.
and that is established. Great. You can read a map.
Yeah.
You are northeast of Edmonton, and the ability to travel where you're going, you are having to go into central Edmonton, south of the North Saskatchewan River. Mm-hmm. You don't think on one success that traveling by foot is going to be the easiest way to do this. You've no idea. You first know that this horse will be spotted, but you don't necessarily think that traveling by foot will be the most efficient way, especially because it is night. But you don't believe you will be able to get there without like hypersonic speed before sunrise begins to creep in.
Okay. Then I think he's going to have a basic idea of kind of thinking of where he might be. And he's going to look for, because I'm assuming this is just like a classic map, like a map you could buy at a store of Edmonton.
Yeah, you can buy this at like any drugstore.
And so I think he's looking and trying to see if there's knowing that there has to be some level of a transit system in Edmonton, and looking for like bus stops that might be able to take him, or if there's like, I think in his mind, like, is there like for him it would be one of those like those cars, like the like not trains, but like, you know, the ones that are like in San Francisco that are like above ground,
like a monorail,
kind of like monorail, but like or like a streetcar. Like he's like, is there like something like that?
Like as a streetcar,
And
okay.
like looking for anything that might be tied to that, to be like, is there another way that he can do this?
Wonderful. So we're gonna first address this horse. Are you bringing the horse with you when you start to get to?
Oh, he's trying to figure out where to go first, and then he's gonna be like, how far in can I take this horse?
I'm gonna just say very specifically, with a one success on a survival, you have no idea how long it would take you to get to any kind of like sign of that. So really, it's up to you. If you're like, I'm gonna go in once I'm right on the outside of the full city, like I can see it ahead of me, and there's like more, like even at night, there's like more cars starting to travel in. What am I gonna do basically? Am I gonna go in when I get closer to more heavy roadways? Because right now you're on a single strip, and I will also say, cops are gonna be chasing you very soon.
I think then what he's going to do is, looking at the map, I think he's going to basically work on just taking this horse and trying to go as far around. So like he's going to go from northeast down kind of towards like Sherwood Park.
Yeah.
And just trying to like keep it from like the middle of the city, but like kind of like almost in the ditch.
Okay.
And just ride it and try to get as close as possible as he can to the area, until he can find like some sort of like.
So you're looking to be taking yourself
system
to Sherwood Park, you said?
Yeah, just kind of like on the outskirts, trying to find a way.
Like you're getting near like Highway 16?
Yeah, I think kind of around that.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's just gonna go, and he's gonna hope that he can find something that can get him in there.
Okay.
Because right now he has not even a shirt on his back.
Okay. Okay. I need you to make a couple rolls. You're gonna first, just with this, roll a animal ken, drive, and I'm gonna say let's go with let's go with I'm thinking it's gonna be resolve or wits to drive a horse.
Yeah, he's gonna go with resolve.
Yeah, it's like a focus. Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Ride into the hamlet.
Okay. Oh,
Right
that's
into
pretty
the
good.
Right into the hamlet.
Right
That's
into-
going to be 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You begin to ride this horse near to Highway 16, and as you are riding, you begin to just like ease of you to be able to travel through. You keep near to the road, but like the way that you make this happen is almost like it's like traveling through different like fenced off areas, which will probably be an issue, but it's like you're not fully fenced off areas. You're traveling into the open ground spaces where it's like, okay, maybe someone's taken their horse out for a bit, or maybe it's just a loose horse that has come through from one of those like an acreage like holding spot. Either way, you begin to travel with the horse, going down bordering Sherwood Park, and as you begin to go, getting closer and closer within like the portions in which the highways begin to merge onto the Anthony Henday, you begin to see a lot of nighttime traffic, and you see a lot of people beginning to drive through. At this point, there is an awareness that you can either go deeper into the hamlet itself, or you could try to go enter into the city. If you enter into Sherwood Park, there are some roadways that allow you full access going deeper into where you have to go through. Like they are almost like direct routes, but it's almost like you have to cut through the entire hamlet to get directly to those roads, and then you'd go through them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, again, with his map, his trusty map with him, I think he would kind of look at it and, yeah, I think be like, okay, this is where this is the best I have, so fuck it, let's go, horse. Hold on, and he is going to go and try to get the most direct, quickest route to where he's heading.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to make a roll right now.
And yeah, and he's also keeping aware the second he hears sirens or sees flashing lights, he's ready to like pull off into like trees or do something along those lines. On a stolen horse now.
Okay. Here's what I need you now to do.
Okay.
I'll stop.
You are aware of sirens like coming behind you on farther roadways, but you begin to cut through towards Sherwood Park. You cut through up to Highway 16 and you begin to make your way towards Baseline Road. You are cutting through. The hamlet is like still very active. There's like people socializing. It's like November right now. So snow is not fully collected, but frost has been building up onto the ground. This place is eerily like calm. Very calm. Like a suburban, like a lot of movement, but like I think even for you, Nico, seeing any place that is like kind of like advanced technology or just like any advancements is pretty overwhelming at times. Like even in a small place like this. In Central Europe, this place would be like cobblestones. This place would be like a couple of caravans moving through, but mostly people would walk to and from where they were getting. Like go home to the market and back. That would be almost their day. But now you're just seeing this place built with industry. And like you see the signs of a Walmart. You see all these different things like hotels and condos, and there's this feeling as you're like kind of riding your horse through. You begin to pass by, like you notice that there's one path you could take that leads towards a police station. And you go to a different direction. As you turn up to a different road, you get to a place where there's a bunch of these big old cars, these big old four-wheeled monstrosities. And then there's these like double-deckered, like you've seen these in London, these double-deckered buses that you notice at one point. You are currently behind a fence line, and you see this with you and your horse. What do you do?
Think looking at that, if there's people, like if it looks like there's any movement over in that direction, I'm going to take the horse up to like the fence, and I'm gonna kind of quickly jump off, and I'm gonna look at the horse, and I'm gonna be like, I know that we don't have any connection. I took you from your home, but if you could stay here, that'd be really, really nice. I'll be back in a moment. And I'm gonna kind of pet the horse, and then I'm gonna look around and see if any people are looking towards me, and if it looks clear, I'm going to just hop the fence.
Okay.
And make my way towards to see if I can find any people.
Sure. You are a few, like maybe less than a football field away from the actual buses and bus station. There's a lot of like park cars. There's a couple people walking by that have not fully become aware of you coming off of a horse. You've taken a kind of a back side road, passing by a church.
Yeah.
Like you are making sure you're in a quiet area. As you begin to approach, you see a lot of people coming off of the buses. Like it's like late night. People are leaving the city of Edmonton. Like you see kids probably coming from school, probably coming from like jobs. Like they take the transit to go into the city and then come back. You see a couple people there, but yeah, you don't really notice much else. Like you see a lot of people, but that's really it. Nobody that you kind of clock immediately noticing you, but yeah.
Okay, then I will jump over the fence and make my way over to see if I can talk to someone without them running away.
Sounds good. You are going to try to socialize with somebody.
Yeah.
Now, because of what is your humanity level currently?
My humanity level is 5.
Okay. I believe at a humanity level 5, you have a reduced level to interact with people socially. I'm just going to double check that. Your socialization abilities as a person with 5 humanity is you suffer a -1 penalty on rolls to interact with humans. Okay, so this just generally is going to be, I'm going to say just a charisma, and let's just make persuasion check.
Okay.
With a -1.
Okay. Well, that is 2 criticals. So
4?
Like 2 dice.
Yeah, no.
I got the criticals, so 4.
So 4 successes.
So 4 successes.
And you have no shirt on?
Yeah, I've just got ill-fitting pants.
Great. So ill-fitting pants walking in.
Like
it's almost like Bruce Banner entered in, like 300-pound Bruce Banner, who's still the Hulk, kind of, coming through. You come to this bus station terminal, and there are like people that see you and go, oh, you see this like kind of like olderish gentleman, 50 years old. He's like, oh, young man, are you okay?
I'm so sorry, sir. I hit a bit of bad luck, and I'm trying to get to my family. They're in Holyrood, but I'm
Holyrood?
It's like central Edmonton.
Holyrood.
Yes, Holyrood. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I've
Come inside. Come here. Come inside.
Thank you,
My goodness.
thank you.
He brings you into kind of this like outside, like kind of like separation spot. And he goes over. Goes over to his wife and says, "Oh, Deirdre, please pass me your scarf." And she's like, "Oh, goodness, are you all right?" And they kind of
thank you. No, I've hit bad times. I actually got robbed recently.
Oh my goodness.
I know a lot of people don't think that this could happen to someone the size of me, but I'm a bit of a pacifist, and they took all that I had. So I've been trying to get to my family.
Give you a little toque for yourself.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Goodness, that's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's been difficult. I've been trying to find my family in Holyrood, but I seem to be turned around. I think I'm in Sherwood Park.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I will tell you, if you are there's a couple of buses and they go to grab you a bus map. They say, here, if you take this one, it would take you down to the Ord station. We're currently at the Bethel station.
Okay.
If you go down to the Ord station, it will take you directly towards the Bonnie Doon Center, and you get there, and Holyrood is only like a kilometer away. You'll be all right there, and that's where you'll be.
Thank you. I hate to ask this with your kindness, but how much is the bus fare? I don't have anything.
If you're
on
looking,
me, I'm sorry.
it's about like $6.50. So we'll be able to get you some. We'll get you a ticket, like a
Thank
day
you.
ticket, so you can travel where you need to, and it will be valid for you to be able to use. I believe it works for the Sherwood Park line. It doesn't transfer over for Edmonton Transit. It's about $3.50 there.
Okay.
So we'll make sure we can get you through for the Sherwood Park Transit.
Thank you.
Oh, Deirdre, do we have anything else we can give this man? I don't. We have a blanket in the back of the car. It's an emergency blanket. I haven't seen any bigger need for an emergency than this moment.
Thank
Here,
you.
he begins to run over to his car. He comes back, and Deirdre is there. He's like, so, you said you were robbed?
Yes, yeah. The only thing I was able to keep on myself, I actually had my brother's pants. They took my car.
Was your brother with you when you were robbed?
No, he had borrowed my car and left his luggage in, and they took everything but the pants. I was lucky to grab them beforehand. And this book, and I pull out the psychology book by Colin Baines and Penelope Potts, and I go, this is all. I have a family member's number on a piece of paper in it that I am able to call once I get to Holyrood. But yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I haven't actually been in Edmonton before, so I'm quite lost.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay. Where are you from?
I'm originally from and he's gonna try to think back as much as he can to whatever prison he was in before Edmonton, because he's been through the prison system since the 50s. And so I think he's gonna think back, and the best he can come up with, he's gonna be like, I'm originally from out west, British Columbia area. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure that you're taken care of here. We'll make sure that you're taken care of.
Deidre was your name?
Deirdre.
Thank you so much, Deirdre.
Yes, of course.
I appreciate it. You are the salt of the earth.
Oh, and you see that her husband comes back with a large blanket and kind of puts it over for you. And here you are. Here's some change for you. We have $10 for yourself in change. Hopefully that will get you through the bus here.
Do you all, like, are you from Edmonton yourselves, or Sherwood Park area?
We live in Sherwood Park. Yes, we live actually. Where is it? We live like Alder Avenue. That's where we're at.
If you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. But if you have a paper or pencil, if you gave me somewhere to send once I'm with my family, I'd be happy
please,
to repay.
do not worry about it. Thank you so very much. What was your name?
My name is Nico.
Nico. Oh,
yes.
God bless you, Nico.
Thank you.
God bless you.
You as well. I appreciate it. And yeah, I think I'll kind of be there for a bit. Eventually, once it's there, I'll use the money they've given me, get the ticket, and start heading towards. And just on the bus, I'll be like, oh fuck, I should have told the horse to go. I hope it's making its way home, or someone finds it. But anyway.
Nico, this is a very important moment, because as you bring up that horse, we're going to focus in on that memory of yours. Mm-hmm. Kind of like, should have just let the horse go. You get on the bus, you get a ticket, and you begin to travel down to the Ord station. As you commute from Ord's, you think about that. You think about leaving that horse. And you think about the things that you have left behind here. Namely, you remember thinking about your one of your personal bonds that you have for yourself. Remind me the gentleman's name again. Julian, thank you.
Yeah.
Julian. Thinking about leaving him as he was taken down by police officers. You know he's still there. And you think about the farther you go, the farther you are distancing yourself from someone that you had talked with, that you had promised you would get out with, that you would work to get out with. And you think about not just Julian and those officers, but you start thinking about what happened to them as you get from Ords going in, traveling down Y Road. You begin to think about the officers who were shot, the officers who were killed in order for you to escape. One of the convictions you carry with yourself is, well, two of them that we can address is the first one being humans must be protected at all costs. Is that how is it phrased?
Humans must be protected, especially those viewed as family.
Viewed as family.
Yeah.
Especially those viewed as family is important there. But humans being protected is big. Police, as forceful and as inhumane as they can act, are mortal people. And they are not prepared, some of them, to a certain extent, for the things that can come from creatures like yourself. You picking one up and using it as a human shield is a blatant disregard for that protection of people. And then, on top of that, allowing yourself to move, not to find the person who's killing those people or to throw yourself in front of the bullets of those people as you have done before, but allowing yourself to move past and try to move away from it. There have been stains inflicted on yourself. And there is this lingering stain that could potentially grow. We will address it in a moment because it is important to know what your intentions are going to be after this night, because we know that on this night you must lay low. You get to another double-decker bus. Actually, a single-decker bus, because it is well into the evening. That begins to travel from Ords all the way going to Bonnie Doon. It stops. You get off. You are within walking distance of the place that you are going to be staying. As you move to it, with about $4 and change in your pocket, you approach the address that you were given, and you see rows upon rows of abandoned, decrepit, almost like old townhouses, built maybe in the 60s, occupying a stretch of a far stretch of land. You see no one really in attention here. Boarded up with plywood, every window, every door. That is just covered. It is a place that almost looks like it has been abandoned by the city. Walking through towards this place, you can hear yelling of people as they're kind of near a nearby bus stop, just kind of talking to the open air, screaming out of their mind in some way, not in their body. And you pass row upon row of these vacant homes. You look at the one that is designated for you. It's away from the main road. It is a little bit deeper within this little constructed space. You move towards it. I want you to just simply make a very simple, you can choose the attribute you associate with this, but it's going to be a larceny check.
Okay. So my plan to try to get into this house, it's twofold. Number one is go up, because you said it's boarded up, and once I have the ability to open the door, open it and see if I can put my hand in.
Okay.
And if I can, then he's just going to grab the boarded boards close to the nails as he can, and he's just going to use his strength to rip the boards out.
Okay.
To be able to, just big enough so he can fit in, and then pull the boards back on. Okay. Using his brute strength. So I think it's probably going to definitely be a strength-based larceny.
Got you.
So that's what he's going to go for.
This will be a difficulty of 2.
Okay, then I'm just going to take my half then.
Take your
I
auto
have
success.
4 strength. So
you open up the door, your hand goes in seamlessly. You open up the boards, and you slip into this windowless space. As you enter in, your eyes clue into the darkness. You see, in this particular room, a mattress. You see that there is like a couple of clothes laid out, like kind of hanging on the edge of a door for what was a closet, but this place has been long abandoned. You see like a couple of bugs kind of like scamper in the keeping, or mice actually keeping warm from the cold. On the mattress, you see that there is an envelope that is addressed to you.
Think he's going to quickly look around before opening the envelope and see if there was like I think he would have specifically asked when in talks with this for a small bag to be left. And I think he would have, because the clothing's already there, so he's like, okay, clothing's taken care of. The only other things I think he would have asked for that, whether or not he has it in the bag, would be just like a burner flip phone, a bit of petty cash.
Do you know how to use a flip phone?
You know what? He's gonna go for it.
Okay,
and
great.
He needs a phone to get what he wants. A knife and just a chain. And those are the only things that he would have asked Kilgade for when it like comes to stuff. So if he does find the bag, he'll kind of take it. He's gonna switch the clothes and fold up the emergency blanket and everything.
The clothes that you have for yourself are an assortment of like kind of like a big baggy hoodie, even for yourself. A big baggy hoodie, like clothes that are like dark black work pants.
Yeah.
You see black work boots. Like you are looking at black on black kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Very basic thrift store clothes. Off colored black, not like a full shadow thing, but it's like it's fading.
Yeah.
There's even this like one shirt that could be worn with you have this like tight like kind of fitting, it's not your exact size, but it's a long sleeve black and a big baggy over shirt of like you see on top of it's like a Metallica band, because they're like Metallica band, it's the band Metallica, Liam.
Yeah.
God damn it. Anyway,
Big metalhead, this guy.
Yeah, big metalhead. I didn't listen to James Blunt growing up. You guys throw this on. And you look and you find this bag with a chain, flip phone, the knife, what else? An emergency blanket, what?
Well, the emergency blanket that he'd gotten from
Oh, yes, that's
the
right.
other
That's
people.
right. Thank you.
And then just like any amount of petty cash. Like just some level of cash that he'd be able to use to further his goals.
You notice that there is an assortment of like rolls, coins, bills, basically for about, you're looking at about $500
Okay.
for yourself.
Cool. I think even with all that, I think even before he opens the envelope, he is going to take out the flip phone and he's going to spend however much time he needs to I think he's going to open up. If it has a little antenna, he's going to like pull the antenna carefully out. And
Does not have an antenna and has like one of those screw-on antennas.
Beautiful. Yeah, he's going to try to figure it all out. And he's going to open up his book, take the page that has his list on it. And on the flip side is a single number.
Okay.
A single phone number. And he's going to attempt to call this number.
Make a intelligence tech check.
Okay.
You have the phone number. I'm going to say, for you, it's a 2 success.
Beautiful. Of the entire 1 dice I'm able to roll for this,
yes,
it is 1 success.
Okay, that is still a failure unless you use your blood to try and increase the dice that you roll.
Yeah, because that would be blood surge.
You would have to roll a rouse check.
Yes. A rouse check. Okay, so I'll do the rouse. That is a technically critical success, but just
It
a
just
success.
means that you don't increase your hunger.
And so then, do I add the amount that it says blood surge?
Yes,
that many
you
dice?
add your blood surge to this.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So that's going to add 3 more dice. And that is another success. So that's 2 successes.
You open this flip phone. It has it's just there. There's a note that says "We'll call you," but you take that note off. Your blood surges through your body as you press in with your massive hand into this small phone, pressing each number. And as you press the call button to call somebody on this phone, you bring it up to your ear. Who are you calling?
I'm calling Richard Stoya, the First Inquisition Abbey that I have as a contact. A 4-dot contact.
Okay. You pick up the phone.
Yeah,
And
the Inquisition Abbey.
hear sound of a older man.
Yeah, I believe 51 is his age.
But even in his voice, there is harshness. There is a rough sound under this man's voice. And there is hesitation as you hear, "Hello."
Richard, it's Shrodinger.
Silence.
I have a favor. I'm currently in the city of Edmonton, Alberta. I need to know if you or any of your contacts know of any level of activity of the Kindred here. Specifically, if you have any information on the Camarilla. Don't know if this helps or not, but I already have my first target.
The phone hangs up.
And I will close it and hope that it rings and open up my letter.
You open up this letter.
Yeah.
Addressed to you. You read it is a message from Kilgit. Kilgit has addressed this to you saying, "Romulus, I am certain that you are surprised that we have used your old name. It is our ways to make sure that we know exactly who you are. There is a situation that I think we can both benefit from. We have found Stefan V. We know that you wish to enact your own justice upon him and upon the rest of your sire's fledglings and servants. We ask for you to honor us in this moment, to put your vengeance aside, to allow us to enact ours. We faced a lot of nightmares a long time ago. My clan has never recovered from the atrocities that V has imparted to us. And so, we ask you to find him and to bring him to us. In your package inside of your vehicle, you were given addresses. This is one where he works, and one address is where he lives. You may do with that what you will. What we ask is this. We ask that you can use him for whatever means you wish, but we will give him a final death. Here is where you will drop him off. After you have done this for us, your debt to us for your freedom is paid. And you notice he doesn't just address this towards himself, Kildegide, but he indicates here, you notice a symbol that is marked on the actual paper, and I will tell you. It is a circle with 6 lines between it and a center point in which the lines converge. It says Kilgid, the last surviving elder of the Ravens.
And would Nico recognize this as a symbol for the Ravnos?
You don't even have to make a roll on this. You know that inherently from the history you had.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll look at that. Look and just quickly reparse over the letter and be like, was there a time limit? Is there a specific, or just drop him off when I've at any point?
This is the important thing that you have to know.
Mm.
You know what? I am gonna have you roll a check on this. I'm gonna have you make a intelligence and occult check.
I gotta stop doing intelligent things.
You just gotta do things, man. Stop pondering the choices you can make.
I know. That's gonna be 3 successes.
Okay.
Luckily, occult 3 dots.
Yep. You know that if the Ravnos are here, they are not going to stay for long. So time is of the essence for them, just based on the clan themselves.
Okay.
If they are in the city, that is risky for them.
Yeah.
Good to know, but...
Am I wrong as a player thinking the Ravnos are the ones who cannot actively stay within a certain radius for extended periods of time? Actively their bodies will start to deteriorate, kind of.
They are not allowed to sleep in the same space.
Yeah.
They can sleep in one spot per week.
Okay.
They cannot. They have to return to it 7 days later.
Yeah.
That is what they're probably dealing with.
Okay. Cool.
You think that they maybe have touched down pretty quickly here to get set up and get things moving.
It was like a touchdown, get him the hell out of prison.
They made arrangements with you,
Yeah.
and it's great that maybe 2 days they've been here so far.
Hence why it was kind of a mess getting out of the prison, because it was oh shit, I gotta do this in 2 days.
You would guess that if you were to extend this for a long period of time, even going beyond that 7-day thing, that would be a big problem, and they would probably find you.
Okay, cool.
But this is the important thing. You do know that there is a little bit of time. And we come back to those things that you have. Mm-hmm. This is a level of commitment. This is a level of deciding what you are going to do and what your priorities are. The first step, of course, is if you are going to commit to going forward with this, with finding Stefan right away. Or if you are going to attempt to do what you are honoring and remembering what Julian had introduced to you before, that friendship is a bond that must be kept.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, will you be intending to honor that as your first priority?
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. The reason that he called Richard, the reason he's trying to get the information, he's hoping he gets the ring back on the phone, is that his first priority is to try and connect with the Camarilla. As risky as it is, knowing that there's a possibility that people that would know who he is and would not want him around could be there. But if he, knowing that the deep connection that the Camarilla has with the prison system and with that kind of stuff, he wants to basically offer his services and however is needed to get a favor to have them release Julian. That is his entire plan, is like, I'm going to basically work with people that I despise because it's worth it to get Julian out of prison like I promised him.
Okay. Because of that, as that is kind of like a passive waiting for the time of it, totally fine. We're going to first focus on you rolling your remorse for the stains you have acquired.
Okay.
So you roll every one of your dice that is not filled in on your humanity.
Okay.
So how many boxes do you have unfilled?
3, because it's the 2 stains, correct?
Yes, you are going to roll 3. You need just a single success on it.
That is 1 success.
So in that moment, as you have looked through, you saw the loss of life of mortals that hit, and you are aware there is a chance for things to get very bad and very violent for Julian, but you are not turning your back on him. Your intentions are to get him there, but it is doing something that you are not liking, which is putting yourself in a position where you would be under other people. Mm-hmm. And with that, I'm going to present you with this. Your project die.
Thank God.
You may set it at 0. Now, this project, I think you and I both know what it is that you are looking for. There is a person in this city, potentially, or someone, a queen, we can call her, in which you wish to find this person. But it is going to be work.
Yeah.
And the only way to do it is to probably go through one of her people at a time. Mm-hmm. And with that, we send you to sleep. And we come to a brand new day. I would like, just for the sake of it, you to make a humanity check, please, Penny.
Okay.
You got a brand new humanity level, and you do have to roll a rouse check as you are awakening.
Okay.
See if you are hungry, or to let your blood awaken you for when you can wake up in the day. But please.
Success.
Okay, you do not have to add hunger level to yourself.
Fantastic.
Roll your humanity dice.
Cool.
It's all your humanities.
Oh, all my humanities?
All of it, yeah.
Oh,
you have 9.
I have 9. Well, that one was a success.
Great.
2, 3. Okay. That is 2 successes.
Woo! Even with your level of humanity, you do not wake up early in the morning.
Cool.
You do not wake up to see the sunrise. You sleep through the day. And you wake up as a kindred is intended to. To wake up in the evening and to walk around your new suite in the Icon in Edmonton. Describe to me what you see before you. I will let you know this place is sterile in terms of like personality right now. But please.
So I'm very much picturing like hyper modern tinted glass, like full scale glass. And like a little bit of like a round sort of room design. Like it's got like, the 70s like discussion pits. Like where you go down. Like it's got one. Like picture, does anyone besides me remember the like 2001 Charlie's Angels remake with like Drew Barrymore?
100%.
I know clips.
100%.
So there's a part in that movie where Drew Barrymore's character is with the villain and he takes her back to his like place and it's just like the round, like it's designed like with 70s with orange, but this is not that I'm picturing like black and white, but it's very like La Ronde, but if it was an apartment and everything is kind of like swooshy.
Got you.
Clean and pristine. But it is, I have never seen the Icon in Edmonton, so I don't, like, within the parameters
You think you're spinning right now.
Right? The panorama. And I'm picturing like dark, like black marble tile. I'm picturing like black marble countertops. I'm picturing like white front facing cabinets. So very like, not IKEA black and white, but very like rich, elegant.
Not affordable black and white, rich.
Like $100 a tile kind of thing. Like, ooh, that's like some
Yeah.
sleek slate right there.
Like real, whichever one is the good one, quartz or granite. One of them is like apparently good and the other is terrible. Whichever one is the good
Take
one.
that, granite, maybe.
Take that, interior.
Yeah, we think granite
designers.
deserves that. We think they do.
Some quartz is the good one, I think, because one of them is more porous. And my Aunt Reed did her kitchen recently.
Good for Aunt Reed.
Yeah, good for Aunt. So yeah, it's but it's all like, it's very like black and white, and then there are hints of like red in like some of the couch cushions and things like that. The only place where there is like some slight disturbance is near the front entrance. There are a couple of cardboard boxes piled up. Some are opened. There's a few like foam packing peanuts on the ground. Out of the corner of one open box peeks the head of like a 13th century battle axe. Just like casually, just like out over the edge of the box. There are a few empty boxes, and like there are the traces on the floor of like the little cardboard shavings of someone having taken an X-Acto knife and opening a few boxes. These are all of Penny's worldly possessions that she thought to ask the Camarilla individuals to like bring her from her place. Amongst the possessions are the occult book gifted to her by Declan, as well as the traveler's items that she used to summon a ghost. A couple of her favorite outfits, including the outfit that she wore to Elysium the first night, the one that gives a +1 bonus to etiquette. It's written on my character sheet. And like a couple of like her favorite artifacts, including battle axe. There's also like an epee, and there's like a couple like weapons and things. Yeah, and she also in the fridge. This is the most important.
Yes. This is the most important thing of anything that could potentially happen. And I can't believe I forgot to recap this. Inside of the fridge, you open up this modern, sleek door. It's a 2-door refrigerator. You open up the one side, and what do you behold? Penny, Constance, what do you see before your eyes?
Half a case of cherry bubbly.
A single half case, as a single blood tear runs down your eye, and you see half of a case. That's your case.
That's my cherry bubbly.
Yeah.
She reaches in and she takes one of the bubblies.
A crack. Not even like a snapping of metal, but a crisp, little scintillating carbonation bursting out of the tab. You just see it lightly dust across as a little bit of moisture comes through. This is still when the tabs had fun sayings on it, and it says, "Yo."
It's like the sultry hiss of like a low snare drum. It's like a tss. And she takes a sip.
You see beside you, there is a remote control that is just like kind of elegant with a couple of things. It has a volume control, a play, a little home button. You just see this remote right beside you.
She picks it up. And she goes, "Siri? Alexa?"
Yes. How can I help?
I'm sorry, go to sleep.
It's going to be funny.
Love you, soundbar.
For anybody who like might be watching that has an Alexa or a Siri.
Yeah.
Something's going to be like, whoop.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
moment. Thanks to you.
Absolutely. Congratulations. You've made enemies.
You're welcome.
You hear a voice. Hello.
Can you play music? Play?
You hear just all of a sudden, like, music just begins to come on, and you just hear a slight sound of jazz piano coming through. There's a little bit of soft trumpets coming in, like soft jazz lounge club music begins to come through.
Can you play 80s indie pop alterna rock grunge? She's trying to recall literally any song that Declan ever played in the car when he was driving her.
The only thing I could think about is who sang Some Girls Want to Have Fun? Like
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper. So you hear Cyndi Lauper come on immediately after the jazz music. So you hear Cyndi Lauper, and not like her known songs, but like Cyndi Lauper begins to start playing at this moment. Like, just comes on.
Immediately, Penny is like, no, not that. I have to...
You hear a knock at the door. Boom, boom, boom. Cyndi Lauper still playing up in the night time. I don't know anything.
That's enough. Stop. That's enough. Robot lady, that's enough. Off.
Boom, boom. You hear off, boom, goes down, and you hear the knock at the door.
Penny goes to answer it, and she looks through, like, what hopefully is a peephole.
You look through a peephole, and you see that standing before you is a very well-dressed gentleman with sleeked back hair, standing, holding a envelope in his hand.
She assumes it is Camarilla, and she's, I imagine, in not, like, maybe pajamas, but they would be, like, silk, like, with a button-up top.
Yeah, black silk button-up. Yeah.
Yeah. So she opens the door.
You open up the door, and you see standing in front of you a 6-foot-tall white man, and he says, "Are you Penny Potts? Dr. Penny Potts?"
Yes, that's me.
"This letter is for you."
Thank you.
And he walks away.
Nice one to tip him.
Yeah, she sort of stares, and she's like, "It's probably in here." She closes the door and locks it. She goes over down into the, like, speaking pit and, like, sits in the, like, sits on the couch.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and opens the envelope and looks at the contents.
You open up this envelope, and boom! Wee! Old-timey bomb.
Old-timey bomb.
You open up this book, or this envelope, and what you see is a very formally typed letter on very nice paper. Like, you look at this letter, and it says, "Dear Dr. Penny Potts, we have recently we've recently heard about your introduction and being brought into our fold within the city of Edmonton, and myself and an associate would like to welcome you formally into our business. And we also would like to say that we think it's fantastic to hear that you are a well-scholared individual who is sharing an interest in our organization. We would love if you would be able to come and meet us for a private conversation to discuss some future prospects of business. My associate and I would be more than happy to be able to have you over for dinner. We have made arrangements that we are sure that you will find acceptable and quite hospitable as well. If you're interested, we will be at the Fractile Distillery. That is located, gives you a full address, And we will be happy to meet with you around 9 p.m. tonight. If you are interested, we would love to see you. If you do not attend tonight, we will understand that you are disinterested in this in further connection with us, and we take no hard feelings about it. But we thank you very much for taking the time to read this. We hope that you will accept, and may this be may you enjoy the fruits of the labors that so many of us have been building through in the city and the organization. Signed, Douglas Carlo. And you see there is a very loopy signature of a big old D and a big old C. And you see that there is this invitation given to you.
What time is it now?
Currently, you are in November with earlier night times. You are noticing that it is about 6:30, getting close to 7.
Cool. Penny is not looking to make any enemies. She is looking to gain as much information as humanly possible. This is also like it's fancy like stock. It's got some embossing in it. Like it's nice. Mm-hmm. She knows she can kind of unpack later. Mm-hmm. She looks up the Fractal Distillery to get an idea of the dress code, and she is gonna go meet these individuals. At some point when she's gotten her sea legs, she might try to figure out if there are ways for her to like invite other people to come speak to her. But for now, she's just gonna follow the plot bunny in front of her.
Love to hear the plot bunny in front of her. That's great.
It's how I live my life.
You can dress however like you would assume that you wish. If you want to like kind of like search up, do a little research. You don't see anything on the internet of the Fractal Distillery. It's nowhere to be found.
Okay, cool. She is going to assume that it is a place that does not officially exist, much like Elysium. She is going to pop up on her red special outfit. She is going to like put on her like red pumps. Mm-hmm. She gets a +1 to etiquette when she wears this outfit.
There you go. That's playing the system, baby. Let's go.
Snap, snap, snap. So she gets all dolled up. The one thing she does, she gets ready, but in whatever other time remaining, she just quickly opens the other boxes and looks through them and checks to make sure, because she did tell them about the secret room, and told them about the wards, so they were able to get into the secret room and like bring her those other books she had, and I was like, 1 Ming vase with 3 flash drives. So, like, her laptop, her personal research, etc., etc. So she's just going to make sure everything is there.
Very good that you bring this up. Mm-hmm. The secret room contents are not presently there.
Okay.
Anything that would have been, like, kind of, like, in the main space is there, but...
Okay.
This might have to do with the fact that they're... It's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. These wards are very powerful, and they repel vampires specifically. You have a feeling that there are some of them they were probably able to bypass, and some of them, especially the ones that are near the more protected zones that you have, are maybe a little too much for a single trip. That's what you start to piece together.
Okay. And I assume they didn't, like, forbid Penny from, like, going back to her old house to, like, get stuff? Like, they wouldn't be like, no, how dare you, you must never go back there.
Nothing gave you forbiddance, absolutely not. No, they were just like, we're gonna get you your stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. Then at some point, she makes a note, like, maybe after she meets with these individuals, like, maybe to Uber over to her place and...
You got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Uber note taken.
Yeah.
You get dressed up. You kind of get yourself ready. You leave
Yeah.
The icon. You begin to go down the elevator and you see that sitting in a like very modern waiting room, there is a gentleman who is wearing a kind of like a typical black, like kind of flat cap-esque with a little bit of a lift on it. Again, in a very like nice black wool coat and wearing kind of a dark gray shirt with a black tie. As you enter, stands up and presents himself. He is kind of a light brown, black-skinned individual, and he looks at you and says, Miss Pennypots, I am your driver, and I have been informed about a location that I may be bringing you towards. If you are wanting me for my services, I would be happy to drive you.
Excellent. Does Penny recognize this individual?
You don't.
Okay.
Not from first aesthetics. This is just another person
Okay.
tasked with driving.
She says, yes, thank you. That would be most agreeable. Might I have your name?
I'm your driver, madam.
Thank you, driver. Let us proceed.
You're escorted to a beautiful, like kind of like it's like luxury black car. It's not like a limousine, but like the door is opened for you. It's got a nice cushioned kind of back seat. And you go towards it, and it's like there's like a little bit of a tray, like in the back of the driver's seat. There is almost like a window has been manufactured in this, where there's a little bit of a tray that is set up with like a small bit of like small liquors that are blood infused as well. The door is you are escorted to enter.
She gets in and is a little bit overwhelmed. She is a toreador, so she's a little bit like a kid in a candy shop. And she kind of has to like, she does an internal like, no, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, like she like repeats like all of these like very intellectualized like mantras. And she reminds herself, never turn your back on a monster. They're still monsters. You are still a monster.
You hear a sliding of the partition between and says, the driver says, are you ready to go, madam?
Yes, thank you, driver.
Slides closed, and the car begins to move. Nico, I need you to please roll a rouse check to awaken in the day.
Success.
All right, your hunger does not increase. As you wake up in the night, I am curious to know if there's anything that you do for yourself today.
I think looking to the phone doesn't seem like there's a call back yet. I'm going to unfurl the map and thinking about what he knows, he's just going to look at the map for what the busiest like business tourism districts are in Edmonton. So he's going to look for like, I think he'd be looking for like any like hotels, any like fancy restaurants, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And trying to see like where they are like kind of clustered.
Gotcha. Okay. This is a pretty typical map, not like a satellite image, not a lot of stuff like currently on there. I'm gonna have you make a very interesting investigation check that has to do with your social understanding. I'm gonna have you make an etiquette roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you roll a, let's say resolve, or wits and etiquette.
That's 2 successes.
2. Okay. You're in a densely populated city. You are looking at a place in which there is a dividing line for the city where there is the south side and the north end. You believe that if people are attracted to water, they're probably going to be like the most busy occupancies are going to be closest to the riverway. So you think that if you look in your area and the most clustered spaces are downtown. There's also this Riverdale area that looks a little bit like it's like a community place, but maybe not there. You kind of move out near, you're looking a little close. There's like areas that are within this stretch that is connected to downtown and McDougal that is all tethered along the Jasper Avenue roadway. You also look down south and you notice that there is, near where you're at, there's another central roadway that goes down this 82nd Avenue, that when you begin to go down there, it changes into this White Avenue area, and there's a lot of dense, like, populated areas down there as well. There's these two central roadways near you that you think are, like, big movement zones.
Okay. I think, looking at that, I'm going to fold up the map, stick it in the pocket of the pants,
Yes.
phone in the other pocket, kind of get the bag that he has, zip it up with like the chain, the knife, stuff like that. He's gonna look at the knife, think about being in a very populated city, and he's gonna leave the knife.
I love that you say I leave the knife, but I take the chain.
Yeah, takes the chain.
I love that.
Takes his book, puts it in the bag as well, and is going to zip up. And I'm picturing like not meant to be a fanny pack that goes around the chest. Like it's probably just like almost like duffel bag like, but because of his size, he kind of wears it like a fanny pack.
Yeah, it's like a crisscross full duffel bag that you got for yourself.
And he's just gonna flip the hood up, and he's gonna go out and he's gonna walk to the river. And his plan is he's gonna look, and when he gets there, I know what he's gonna see. He's gonna see the tall buildings across the river, and in his mind just be like, Camarilla love looking down on people. I'm going that way.
Great. Go to the city where they look down on people. Going downtown, and the one thing you do know, Stefan, his work address is near the downtown area.
Okay.
It's much farther west, but it is near the downtown spaces. You begin to move downtown.
Yeah, he's literally going to the tall buildings.
Yes.
That's his plan.
Perfect. Penny,
Yes.
you are driven.
Yes.
And the car parks. As you are being driven around, there's a moment where you stop at a red light, and you can see like there's like televisions kind of like showing in like a bar area, and you can see that there's like a police report of like fugitives on the lookout in prison. Convict has escaped maximum security prison near Edmonton area. And it's like a mass emergency alert. On your modern phone, you hear a bow, 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 like in a big one of those big emergency alerts that come on, and you are notified of this. Being like, if you notice this individual, call 911. On the phone, I'm going to just have you make a wits awareness check.
Cool. What's
Just to see right away.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm aware of things.
I'm witful. I'm worny. A worny? Worny. I'm worny.
I'm witty.
I'm
and
a
the
worny
wormy.
a worny that I wit wordy word.
Oh, I'm so aware. I have 4.
Okay.
4.
From this distance, even through the tinted window, you can see there's like a composite sketch that's kind of already been crafted of like this kind of like bald-headed individual, like kind of this like beard slightly grown. And you also notice that there is an indication that they were last seen, like kind of like there's security cams, slow motion security of this person traveling into Sherwood Park.
Okay.
You are driven, and you park in what can best be described as this kind of like old brick building. The driver opens up the door. As you are let out, you see that it's kind of like this. There's this like these steps that lead up to this spot that like it looks like kind of like this nice kind of warehouse area, like a loading zone kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little bit off kind of the main roads, but you're kind of near the industrial area, and you're like, oh, interesting. But the driver opens the door and says, I will wait in the car for you. I will be in the parking lot just a quarter block down that way.
Thank you. She's sort of like, her impulse is to like, because she's used to like the Uber drivers and like chatting with them and like having a bit of a rapport. So she's like, her first thought is like, should I leave him a snack? I don't have a snack. It might rouse his blood. That would be bad. This is all internal. She's just standing there in this moment, sort of like dissociating a little bit. Ultimately, she just makes up her mind to be like, thank you, driver.
The driver says to you, is there any time in which you would like me to pick you up, or would you like me to come and pick you up at a designated time? Would you like to contact me? If you do, I can give you the number to my cellular phone that you can contact me.
Yes, that would be excellent. Let me get your number. I'm approximating 2 hours for this meeting.
He almost like shares the number to your phone as if he already has the number.
Right.
Shares it with you.
That was very efficient.
That is my job.
You are good at it.
Thank you, madam. Walks away, back into his car, drives off.
Okay. Well, that's gonna haunt me in my nightmares. Yeah, she sort of looks around. I'm assuming there's kind of like an obvious like way up and in.
It's the staircase.
Cool.
Just walks up right to a single door.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. She's gonna go there. She's getting the sense by now that the Camarilla don't leave things to chance. She assumes there will be like a long lineup of NPCs to like deliver her to Douglas Carlo.
You open up the door, and what you see might actually surprise you.
Okay.
We are going to take a break, and we will come back to it in a couple moments here. See you guys in a little bit. We're back. Penny, you enter into the Fractile Distillery, and it's actually elegant. You walk in, and there's like a front desk where someone will receive you and says, please wait to be seated. Mm-hmm. There's kind of like a side area that's kind of like curtained and closed, and then there's this main dining space that does not, like, it almost looks like it's like the brick is covered with a different kind of interior, kind of like a little bit low light, but very like it's like there's like little like chandeliers kind of up in here. Like, it's very, very elegant, like round tables. There's a couple of people sitting in different spaces. Like, not a lot of guests here, but there's maybe like 6. There's like 2 other couples, and then like individual people who are sitting at their own tables and enjoying like very interesting concoctions of like dark liquor, and then kind of like pails that kind of have this orangey tint to them. Like, it actually, and there's like a kitchen space where you can see into the kitchen area. Like, but it's like, it looks so refined. And you see that aside from the 6 people that are there are 2 other gentlemen sitting in a central round table where they have like presented like bottles of wine and like a couple of like small sampler glasses there, but also large crystal glasses. You see 2 Caucasian males, one of them with kind of like this really nice, like parted, slicked back brown hair, and he's got kind of like this, like, it's kind of the thing where it's like it's slicked back, but it's got kind of a rise in elevation, and then it's like goes back down smoothly to the side kind of thing. Like, he's wearing this very nice patterned suit of like kind of like purples and dark grays, and he's got kind of this really rich tie that's kind of going down. Like, you think the tie was maybe like $200. Like, this guy looks good. He's got like a silver watch on. Like, he's got a couple of rings on, like very tiny rings, but very bold in their kind of like gemstones. That's one individual that you see. And then you see next to him kind of a harder, kind of like more elegant, simplistic, but still rich, dark navy blue suit, kind of like a very, like one of those very tight black collar, like you know those like thin collar ones, like for button up shirts, like thin, like to that point where you can see the tie underneath it, but it's like tight towards there. This person has like kind of like a very kind of like a square jaw frame in his face. Like he's a little bit built in his shoulders. Like you can tell like this person is like probably like works out tremendously. Very modern aesthetic though, very simplistic, but he's got black hair that's kind of like on a side part that brings up a majority of his hair onto one side and very kind of smoothed up onto the other with a little bit of a bunch. Like these guys are clean cut, they're very respectable, and they're like in their, you think that the guy with the black hair is kind of his late 20s. The guy with kind of the like a brown hair coming across, he's kind of in his early 30s. Like, you see these two sitting at the table, just kind of, like, in discussion. And they're, like, even by themselves, they're, like, talking in a hushed tone, just back to each other.
Right. Okay.
You see the individual at the front say, "Hello, madam. Welcome to the Fractile Distillery. Can we get you a table?"
I'm here to meet someone I was invited. Douglas Carlo?
Douglas Carlo, I see. Yes, you're with the Carlo and Campbell party. Please, come with me. And this one individual begins to guide you towards the table of the two gentlemen sitting in the round table. And, like, you get halfway there, and immediately the man in the brown hair stands. Oh my goodness. You must be Dr. Pennypots?
Yes. Douglas Carlo?
Yes, Douglas Carlo. It is an absolute honor and a pleasure. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. Please, we can take it from here. Please, madam, have a seat. And you see as he pulls out a chair for you to have a seat. But before you do, this here is my associate. This is Brock Campbell. Brock stands up very confidently and says, "Dr. Pennypots, it is an absolute honor and a privilege." And he gestures out a hand, just to kind of like an undercarriage of his hand. Takes it and he kisses your hand and gives it back to you. And he says, and if you didn't approve of that, he gives you a handkerchief that is also on the inside of his jacket.
Oh, thank you. It was perfectly acceptable.
Wonderful. Please have a seat. Douglas is like, absolutely like, comes like enthusiastically sits down and goes, "My goodness, Dr. Pennypots, you must be so haggard from like such a sudden occurrence of coming into our organization. Can we get you anything to drink?
Oh.
Do you have any preferences for anything of yourself?"
Oh, I wouldn't say no to a Syrah or a Sauterne.
A Syrah or a Sauterne? Say no more.
It's entirely
no
different ends of I know, it's red versus...
No, it's not red versus. It is a combination. It is like, we are here to learn about you, madam. Please, service over here, please. And there's a moment where in the back kind of like area, kind of the cellar kitchen space, walking out is a server. It's like, "Please, we'd like a Syrahs, please, for our wonderful guest patronage." I have to say, while you were waiting for this, though, thank you very much. While you were waiting for this, though, we did want to present you with a lovely bottle that I think you will absolutely adore. Brock comes over and elegantly, like kind of like flick of the wrist, kind of shows this like wine opener that it's like he was holding onto under the sleeve, slips open the cut, and like kind of like elegantly traces, not even moves the blade, but moves the bottle around, like just with his thumb twirling it, and then like you see it like slips off of the cover, closes it, clicks open, starts unscrewing, like does a and just like pulls open the wine, and he says, "Now, of course, this here is a Bordeaux." that has a very nice full body fragrance. And see this. Brock presents you as Douglas is talking with this the head, like kind of the actual cork, and he says the grapes themselves been like finely mashed within France, and it's this really elegant body that they carry. But notice in the nose, as you sniff it, you will detect. Go ahead and make a wits medicine check.
Excellent. Wits medicine, fantastic. Okay, I'm rolling 7 dice. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, that is a 1 success. I'm gonna use a willpower. We're gonna roll 3 of these.
My goodness.
I shouldn't have cursed myself.
Shouldn't have cursed yourself.
Still. Okay, so that is 2 successes.
2 successes. How familiar are you with wine?
I feel like I should not use a second willpower to reroll.
You can't use a second willpower. You're not allowed to.
I'm not allowed to. Okay.
Sami.
That's okay. She is familiar with the wines that she knows, but I'm going to say this is one that she doesn't know. She probably hasn't had. She's probably had like a Bordeaux, like a true Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Probably like once or twice in her life. But like that would have been like back in her days as a cleaver potentially if she was preying on a wealthy
400 family. Or so years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
With a 2 success, what you detect and smell is there is a level of like this is a wine that is featured, but there's blood mixed in with it. It almost feels as if there is blood mixture that is caught within the grapes itself. So it's like almost like a full integration, not like something spritzed and added into like, box wine. Someone injects it, pumps in like a needle. This is almost like you smell it. There's like a detection of it. You can't really put your finger on it, but you hear as Douglas goes, "Do you smell it? Do you smell it?"
I do.
This wine, it goes through this very interesting process in which not only are the grapes mashed, but what they do is there are kindred people inside of France that invite young lovers to come in upon the grapes that have been stomped upon. They have sex on top of the wine, the grapes themselves. And what happens is, while they're in the throes of intimacy, that the actual crafters of this wine kill them and cause the blood to mix in with the wine itself so that it is properly integrated freshly within the process of intercourse, and then the blood mixes in with the wine itself. So this is a $500 bottle of wine.
Oh, wow.
Madam, please enjoy. And he pours, like Brock takes the wine and like pours it in a small sample cup. Just like really let the fragrance, imagine, swirl it around. Please.
And she does so, and she's like equal parts like horrified and impressed. Like she's like not, I don't know that she's used to being flattered per se. I think Penny is very much used to like manipulation when it comes to like Sebastian, but he was I think he was very powerful, but I picture him as like, elegant and refined, but like not above intimidation.
Yes.
And then I think she knew people like Gertie and Declan who were like very down to earth people. So she doesn't like quite have a pin. Like she doesn't quite have a read on like Douglas and Brock.
Yes.
Because she's like, these are like fancy people who don't seem to be like doing intimidation. So she's kind of like, she sniffs and she swirls and she's like, oh, I confess I'm not as versed with this process, but it's very a gracious gesture. And she takes a sip.
With your high level of humanity, the minute this touches your tongue, the blood is so powerful. Like it's almost like it's not to a point where you have like been able to like open yourself up to where your beast is able to accommodate the blood and then the wine flavor comes in. You are very aware of the blood content within this wine. Like it is high.
Well, that's remarkable.
Right? Can't you just feel the young lovers taking a tumble with every moment? It's just like bursting through as if their veins were being opened before you're very, very like diving in deep to it. Like it's phenomenal, isn't it?
It's Le Petit Muer is very fitting, I would say.
Oh, goodness. But Douglas holds on to Brock. Doctor, please continue to speak in. Are you French?
No, I only speak influently. I was in France for a brief period, hundreds of years.
Well, I must say, the time you spent there was well spent if you were going to be bringing that to our table, and we are very thankful that you are doing this. Brock goes, very thankful indeed. And you see that your bottle of Shiraz is brought up. Oh, yes, please, let us first indulge, and then we will talk about business. Please, and we go from there towards you, Nico. You walking through. You've crossed over the North Saskatchewan. As you crossed over the river, you have been just walking like on the roadways on the side of the road, making your approach to the taller buildings. Like, are you looking to go more in the direction of the legislature, or are you looking to go more in the direction of, let's say, like, are you looking to, I forget what that particular elevation is, but are you looking to be going more legislature, baseball diamond, or are you looking to be going to, let's say the Le Ronde?
He's fully looking at like the tall, like fancy hotel looking buildings.
Okay.
Like that's where he's going. He's trying to get into that area.
Straight deep downtown.
Yeah, I think specifically like knowing what you would be looking at from like the perspective of someone going into the town. I think, and you can tell me if this is hard to see, but I do think I think we have mentioned it before, but I forget the name. But like the one that's the restaurant that spins.
Yeah, that's the Chateau Lacombe, and it's the Laurent. That's what I mean when I say Laurent.
I think he would see a moving top of a building and be like, let's start there and head that direction.
Sure, you're going in that direction. Yeah. So you just begin to kind of like walk yourself through here. You kind of begin to walk through the space. Just because you are keeping yourself concealed, this is very important for yourself. Go ahead and make I'm going to say composure and stealth check.
Composure in stealth. That is 3 successes.
3. Okay,
yes.
Good to know. That will be, if anybody tries to make a hard look at you, that will be their difficulty for them to try and break the little cover you have with the scarf that you got going on. All right, so you begin to kind of go in that direction. The city of Edmonton, you're kind of dealing with like kind of a weekend night, like Friday night. Like it's, people are out, humans are beginning to mix and mingle and walk around Jasper Avenue, but you are walking past the Hotel McDonald and begin to go towards this. Yeah, you begin to go towards the Laurent. I think it's not past the Hotel McDonald. It's a little bit back. But anyway, you can see the Hotel McDonald near you. You begin to approach this spherical turning building. You see that there's a couple of drivers out there, and you see that there's a couple of attendants that are kind of like stationed outside of this building. What do you do?
I think I would walk towards the attendant, like the nearest attendant, and as I do, I'm going to, once I get kind of close enough to talk to him, which I will talk to him, I'm going
See him
to
waves off somebody who's driving away.
I'm going to take a sniff, and I'm going to use my bloodhound to see if there is any human blood inside of this person.
Sure. Go ahead and make a resolve.
Specifically, it is a resolve awareness.
I was going to say resolve awareness.
I looked it up to make sure I was
looking to see if there is
right.
any human blood.
Yeah, basically, this is his way because I'm able to sniff out the resonance of mortal blood.
Okay.
So I'm looking to do this because I want to see if I can tell this person isn't mortal.
You got it.
Is kind of the idea that he's going with here.
You got it.
So resolve and awareness. Beautiful. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. There is a sense of phlegmatic blood within this person. It has long passed its potency. This is a kindred. This person fed probably a few hours ago in order for them to conduct their business.
Then yeah, I'm going to come up to him and just go, excuse me, sir.
They kind of look back at you. They kind of pull back a moment. Hello. Yes.
I'm going to look around and make sure that it's just kind of like us.
There are drivers present. There's a lot of
there's
quite a few. There's quite a few people, and there is also like people that can see from like inside. Of
I'm looking more like, are there people within earshot?
With that resolve and awareness, I will give you a chance to also notice that there are cameras around.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people within earshot.
Okay, then I'm going to kind of lean in and go, if this doesn't mean anything to you, I'm sorry, but I was actually looking to speak to a keeper or harpy or possible seneschal.
I'm terribly sorry. Pardon?
I was looking to speak with someone with a bit of say in the city. I've been told I'm new to the city and just looking to try to find, I guess you could say, the groups that I've been with before. Usually there's seneschal, a harpy, a sheriff, a keeper of Elysium, something along those lines to speak to as a new individual. I don't want to bother anyone of higher station.
Charisma and etiquette check right now.
Okie dokie. That is 2 of the critical.
Okay.
And then 1 regular failure. So 4 successes.
Okay.
Like
Got you. 4 successes.
Critical, and then regular.
Okay.
Failure.
I will let you know the DC of this is 5.
Then what's that one? Oh, the one is my hunger. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to, if you'll allow me, I would like to do a rouse check to blood surge.
Yes, you can.
That is a success on the rouse.
Okay.
So that is 3 more dice.
3 more dice.
That is another critical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have 3 criticals and 3 failures.
Okay. That is
In
just
total.
5 successes then.
Okay.
So that just makes it.
Just makes it.
So this person goes, I'm terribly sorry. You are looking to speak to a... I'm the maitre d' of this establishment here. You are looking to speak to someone with authority?
Could be as simple as the keeper of Elysium, if that's possible.
Well, what an interesting request. Come inside for a moment, please.
Absolutely. If there is any sort of fee needed.
Come inside.
Yes.
And begins to walk inside with you. He steps behind the counter, sees a couple of mortals leave. Have a wonderful rest of your day. They kind of look at you and just kind of walk away. So you're new here, you said?
Yes, I just came into the city.
Okay.
I wanted to show my respect to whoever is in charge.
Well, that's lovely. Fantastic. Can I get your name, please?
Yes, Nico Shrodinger.
Nico Shrodinger. Wonderful.
I'm gonna do a quick look, and again to see if there's any that might be mortals nearby within the earshot.
No mortals. There are definitely a couple of.
I'm gonna kind of go in and just kind of.
I don't know if it helps at all, but if you want to let them know that I was a member of the sect wars.
Oh, very good. Very. So, Schrodinger sect wars. Wonderful. You were looking to speak to a person of
Anybody who... I don't want to bother the Brons of this city, obviously, without an invite, but anyone who I could speak to on behalf of our lovely group, let's say.
Okay, wonderful. It's really interesting, man. Give me a moment, please. He goes over to a phone.
Is there a place you'd like me to sit?
I'd love you to sit over there, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'll go and.
You sit down and you just kind of sit, and there's a person who's got his back to you, kind of looking over a wall. You can see he's kind of side-eyeing, and you just hear, "Hello, yes, we have a gentleman down here. Yes, he's very adamant that he is to speak with someone of authority." Yes. Yes, give me a name. His name's Nico Shrodinger. He also says that he's he seems to have been a member of the sect wars. So, okay. I don't know if that's if you're certain. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Excuse me.
Yes.
Give back here, please.
I'll go
Thank
back
you.
over.
So,
Yes.
Someone is going to come down to meet you, to be able to speak with you on their behalf.
Thank you very much, Maitre D.
Thank you.
I'll go sit over there again.
Yeah, please do. Doesn't look at you for the rest. Just kind of up, looks at you a little bit, he's scared. You see from the golden doorway, ding, opens up, and you see, walking out to meet you is a woman who wears these dark leather gloves over her hands. She kind of wears this dark jacket. Her hair is kind of this very strong kind of copperish tone color. She's got a little bit of a bob with a little bit of a hair tie pulled back, very kind of faux precious metal, pulling it back. She's got lovely earrings, but she begins to approach you. Her voice is young but strong, and she looks at you and says, she says, "Hi."
As she
I take
also
it you are-
walks forward, he stands out of his chair, literally as much of the respectful, there is a person here of authority, I will get out of the chair to greet them kind of a
Hi.
situation.
So you are looking to, you must be Nico.
Yes, yeah. Nico Shrodinger.
Yes.
Again, all the respect, I do not know necessarily how the etiquette is here, but
I do kind of a very slight
course.
bow.
Yes.
Have you ever? You said you're new here in the city.
Yes, I have
Are you
not been.
new to this? Are you new to the conduct of becoming our people?
No. I have not been in the space with our people for a while. Been roughly, well, let's just say a long time. I can be more specific if this conversation leads to a more private area. I've been with this group for a long time, and I've come into Edmonton just recently, and I was looking to speak. I have specific skills, and I have a specific need for assistance, and I was looking to see if there was any way of a possible transaction to be held.
I see.
Yes.
Well, here's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
You and I are going to go out of this place to discuss this, because a very important thing about being here is you require an invitation. That is necessary.
Oh, wait a second. I am very sorry. Did I accidentally walk into the Big E, as we might call it?
Yeah.
I did not know. I'm
No.
sorry. I looked for tall buildings because that's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're going
absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get up and immediately just go out and wait for her to come out and straight up. He was like, I had no idea that's where I ended up, and I know that is invitation only. And he's like, fuck.
A door is open for you as she calls a driver, and you are brought to the back of a limousine.
Yeah.
And she says, "All right, take us west." And she's gonna just keep the door, the partition open.
Yeah.
And just stares at you while you guys
And
begin to go somewhere.
I'll pull down the scarf at this point. Just
I'm very sorry. Again, new to town. I, in my present company, is fine to speak plainly in front of.
You don't have to concern yourself with the driver right now.
All right. I haven't been in a Camarilla court in nearly 100 years. And I came in, and my experience tells me the very well-to-do tall buildings are the best places to find, and I do apologize profusely that I entered Elysium without an invitation. This is not something I meant. I did not mean any offense by it. Simply looking for places with Kindred to possibly talk and ask for an audience.
Well, we're going to go to one of those places, and we're going to find out exactly what your intentions really are.
Absolutely. Any questions you have for me, I'm happy to answer at any time.
I'll save them for when we get there.
Absolutely.
We're going to go right over to Penny at this moment.
Uh-huh.
So I have to ask, as you currently have, after about 45 minutes of trying different wines with these two, they are absolutely, right now the white that you have is kind of almost turned into a rosé, and the rosé is even a deeper pink, but they are just the table is littered right now with drinks. I just have to ask, please, is it true that when you were first brought in, that they put you in the back of a van?
Can I make an etiquette roll?
With what?
With like a wits etiquette or an insight. I just kind of want to see at this point is she reading them?
Oh,
correctly?
sure, yeah, of course. If you want to focus in, I would say resolve and insight.
Okay, cool. 2, 3, and then insight. Okay. Okay, so that's 3.
Okay, 3 successes.
3 success.
Douglas and Brock, they are so excited to be here with you right now. Okay. And it's the kind of excitement where you're I just met 2 young men who have just heard of an opportunity and stayed up through the daytime to force themselves to be on point with how they're going to conduct this. Like, these are two vampires who are like, we're ready to go. We got a game plan, and we want to bring it up, but first, we're going to socialize and show that we're two cool guys.
Okay.
Douglas and Brock, two cool guys that know how to have a good time and really want to talk to somebody who might be cool.
Okay.
Hey, I'm really starting to think these guys might be two cool guys.
We're just two wild and crazy guys.
What's that?
Penny responds.
What's the thing that you did?
It's a... I mean, Penny doesn't do that. That's... Anyway.
But I thought you could do that.
Penny goes, yes, those rumors are... absolutely. I can substantiate those as rabcorrect.
Oh, my goodness. There's a moment where he goes, oh my goodness, and you see he pulls out a full-on cigar cutter and cuts off the end of it and just goes, fantastic! And he just starts smoking. Like, just lights up a cigar, uses, he puts it in his mouth, takes out a wood lighter. You see he fully rouses his blood, and he is gonna smoke a cigar just at the table. And Brock is absolutely going to be taking a cigarette and putting it in his mouth too. These guys are so into just this energy.
These are two cool guys.
Oh no, they're two cool guys.
Wild and crazy
So here's the thing that I find that fascinating. And did you really stab the hand of one of Mother's own ghouls?
In my defense, I was assuming that I was on bad terms with the Camarilla.
My dear, we're not lawyers. We're not trying to prosecute you right now. We're just curious.
Yes.
Brock goes, that's wicked. What a wicked thing to do. I agree. My goodness. Dr. Potts. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that you're such an interesting person because you're so small. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe you. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I just mean that like we inherit so many different parts of ourselves, and I'm just surprised that a creature of your size was able to stab through the hand of another. Was it with these heels? Because you're making them work, my dear.
Yes, these are... They don't call them stilettos for nothing.
Oh, yeah, right? That's fantastic. Well, we've been having a great time. We've been having a great time. Can we get you anything else to drink?
Oh.
Dinner will be here soon. We just wanted to make sure we get all this out of the way.
Oh, no, this is all fantastic. Thank you so much for your invitation.
Of course. Thank you for accepting. We were nervous that you weren't going to because you are so far a pretty good talking point right now amongst the people who know, and we know quite a bit.
Oh, I mean, I assume I shouldn't expect to make the sort of entrance I did without arousing the rumor mill.
Well, I have to just say, like, the rumor mill is a buzz right now, and right now, you are somebody who, correct me if I'm wrong, like, you have been brought into the fold for the purpose of, from what I hear, it's about, like, strengthening up the numbers, or you're here to help reinforce things. Is that right?
Yes. So, my previous career path, I was a psychologist, a therapist. I'm not sure if the same sort of career exists within Kindred Society. I've been living independently for several years as a way to, I mean, why I did it is neither here nor there.
No, of course.
But, so essentially what my role was is I would work with human patients.
Yes.
And I would assess their mental state, and I would diagnose and rehabilitate any sort of traumas or developmental delays. I would help them work through emotional processing. Really, it was a process of integration. I don't know.
Integration.
Yes.
That's the word. Okay, integration in terms of mortal society.
Well, integration within the psyche and within the self, helping them accept parts of themselves that they refuse to see, and building confidence.
So it was a reaffirming of their own personality that had been left behind before for them?
Yes, that's really quite exact. The goal in my work was to restore a state of ease and balance, recalibrate nervous systems, and restore them to health.
Well, that's really fascinating. You didn't by chance, what is it? You were contributing before working in a partnership before with there was a different psychologist or psychiatrist that works in your field. You would, I think there was a couple things we were doing research on your written works.
Oh.
There's a mortal by the name of Bain something.
Colin Baines. Yes.
Colin Baines. Yes, that's right. We haven't read any of your papers, but of course that we have been very fascinated with just like your actual knowledge of how to properly integrate people within that, separation and finding that confidence for them. See, one of the things that Brock and I both love is the nuance that comes within, I don't know how much you've already come to know about currently the organization, the Camarilla, inside of the Masquerade and what's been unfolding here. But right now, we've been seeing a deterioration of sorts the last little bit. It's something, so we should say, we are both members of the Ventrue clan. We have been Ventrues very proud for the last, over 20 years we've been embraced. And we have been focusing diligently on making sure that there is, kind of the effects of modern life as we've kind of been seeing it unfold. And we've just been noticing as we've gone further within our embrace that there is a lot of things that have been neglected, especially when it comes to the older elders within the Camarilla. It looks as if, for example, within our own borders, we have expanded so much and we control so much of the city, but it feels as if how do I say this? Brock, you know how to say it. Brock goes, yes, I do know how to say this. We basically are finding that establishment within the central Camarilla is a short-term goal, if that makes sense. Yes, that's perfectly right. Well put, Brock. Yeah, it's a short-term goal. What everybody is really needing to aim for, and with this whole Blatchford experiment that's going on, there is a desire for independence. And that is what we can feel in the air. We are feeling independence grow and grow and grow. And thank you very much. Right here. Anyway, so the server brings up an extra glass just right here. Thank you. So one of the things that we're finding is that independence within Kindred Society is what's becoming bigger. With the newer generations that are coming through, it is important that we can embrace this newfound sense of independence. But the problem is a lack of control within that independence, or a lack of control over the ability to embrace individuals within that independence. For example, Brock and I, we are not sires ourselves. We have not embraced anyone or brought them into the fold, nor do we really want to. We're not looking we're not hungry for followers. I don't. Do you know much about Ventrue Society at all? In terms of us? What are you? I mean, I can make a guess, but what are you?
Toreador.
I would have guessed right. Okay, fantastic. So you're Toreador. Your clan, for example. What is your obsession? What is the thing for you that clogs your mind when you're trying to work?
A lack of beauty. It's one of the things that drew me to the human profession of psychology, because when you're around someone who's mentally unharmonious, living in a mind that is cluttered and unharmonious.
It's disgusting.
Yes.
That's profound. I would have thought you just stood in the mirror all day and then that was all you needed to do. Brock's honestly, I wouldn't put it past you if you did that either. No, of course. But the thing is, that is your particular bane. Our bane, we are not able to off younger generations. We can't... something that's wrong with this older generation of elders within the Camarilla is that if there's a problem, you snuff it out. Like, if there's a problem, they will find a way to snuff it out in some way. But we can't do that. We want that integration with the younger generation. We want this. It's just hard because to be able to embrace the younger generation, you are betraying the tenets that made the Masquerade what it was. Because the younger generation is, let's be honest, the younger generation isn't being guided by its elders. It's not being taught. It's not being...
It's being controlled.
It's being controlled. Or it's being neglected altogether. Like the west side of the city. Like, what do you have? West Edmonton Mall. Fantastic. Nothing else. Nothing else. There's no kindred control, really, within that space. There's independent domains, sure, but they all belong to different groups. We feel that migration happening, and we want to allow it, but we also think there can be a cohesion. But the problem is that we feel as if that the biggest problem is that in order to be able to create this cohesion, you need to understand the mortals you embrace from the beginning. Like, Brock and I, we were into business. Mergers and acquisitions. That's what we fascinated ourselves in. We were ideas people. We were big ideas people. But the problem is that we never really got the opportunities to help mold those ideas. When we were embraced, we were just young kids trying to figure this out. And then we were basically told, okay, prove yourself, be independent, be something different. Okay, we tried that, and then there was threats that we would lose our own independence. And at that point, we're like, well, wait a second. This can't last. This isn't going to stay for us. Brock says, there is a very important thing that lies within every kindred, and that is the idea that you have to have some kind of independence and hold it for yourself. And so what Douglas and I were talking about was saying that we wanted to meet you because it seems that you are being presented with this understanding of keeping people within this structure. And what we are hoping to do here is ask if you would like to go into business with us, to kind of work alongside of us, not all the time, but occasionally, to give us your knowledge and your information about what you find within society and see what you find within people that have lost that independence. Not to change it, but to we don't want a breach of the Masquerade. But what we want is for it to move healthily, because the elders may have a calling someday. And so we want to know if you would be interested in working with us to understand more about the potential for growth and to integrate new and vibrant and young communities and to really understand that core demographic.
Penny is very intrigued by this idea, and as she's like listening to Douglas describe the conflict, she immediately is thinking of like human child development, the ways that like parents model things for kids, teach them how to regulate, and like especially like as kids become more capable, like you give them more responsibility. Like a teenager is like mentally more mature than like a toddler, which is why that independence can happen. And I think she kind of leads in with this idea, like she kind of gives them what she's thinking, and she sort of comes to the end that to me, what I see immediately is the reason that this is how human beings have been designed to grow, develop mentally. It's specifically because of mortality. The reason why young humans are able to step into that autonomy and that independence is specifically because at some point their parents will not be there. So the responsibilities fall to them. So what you're describing to me is absolutely fascinating and something I had never even considered about the perpetuation of the Masquerade. And especially as you're talking about, you know, the younger individuals with younger values, because it can be said that one of the purposes of the individuation process in a human being is to develop one's own morals and ethics and values in order to make autonomous decisions. But if we're not even making our own values basis, how do we get the older generation and younger generation to align on values? That's very fascinating and something I never even considered. And she was thinking back to like Sebastian and things, and like, yeah, like how do you, like, it's basically she's thinking of like all of her research with Colin and like multi-generational families and mixed families, blended families, and she's thinking about like how difficult, like it can be difficult enough having like a multi-generational home, like with grandparents, parents, kids, and like there are benefits to that, but there's also like there can be like friction. And she's like, it's like that but with like 6 or 7 or 8 generations. And so she phrases that more elegantly, but she's like, you do make a very fascinating point. And at some point it does become about sustainability, because the Masquerade is what it is, and it is what it needs to be in order to protect Kindred society. But Kindred, unlike humans, don't go through that natural death process. We're immortal. Our legacies live on. So what is legacy when you have nothing to invest in that legacy because you are never going to leave it behind? That's a fascinating question.
It's a fascinating question.
Fascinating question.
I am so glad that we were able to, and Brock's like, it is a fascinating question. Doctor, it is a pleasure to speak with you. Oh, and of course, but we can't leave you here. We must have dinner. We must be able to eat. Otherwise, we could talk about this for hours. He claps his hands. You see 2 blindfolded humans are escorted right towards the table. You see as one of them is sat down, Brock gets out of his chair and begins to put himself onto his knees. Another one's put at the in a chair sitting right so that Douglas is sitting behind. It's like, and don't worry, we know exactly the situation that you carry for yourself. We were informed that you have a very special taste for it, so we want to make sure that you can enjoy yourself and be at ease within your own feeding. There is a young woman that is brought towards your table. A kind of a big old bucket is put underneath her head. The server comes over with a kind of a meat tenderizer, and he smacks her on the back of the head so that she begins to start bleeding into the bucket. And you watch as Brock begins to go towards the person that is sitting currently in the seat, and he digs his teeth into their thigh and begins to drain them from there. And Douglas, preferring to go from the neck, begins to push the hair back, and he softly begins to indulge in the person that is sitting at the chair right for him there.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's definitely blunt force trauma. This person is definitely probably not gonna live. And Penny, as she sort of considers this idea, her own like feeding style starts to take on a different connotation to her altogether. Originally, it was about compassion for mortals, not turning your back on a monster, not inflicting more harm. It was about redemption. It was about the ways she was haunted by the woman she saw burned at the stake, and the way she, at the time, she thought that that woman had made the dumbest decision of her life. And so she was like, you want to throw your life away? Fine. I'll feed on people who have no life left within them and no more will to fight to live. But now, as she is feeding off of this person who's actively dying, she starts seeing it as, oh, this is like humans die. This is like, that is a more orderly, natural thing than immortality. And so it's sort of like something shifts in her mind, and it becomes less about trying to see herself as like perfect and altruistic and strong and clever, and it becomes more about like perhaps the old guard is ready to die out.
I want you to mark a stain on your humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be, because you only have the one box, I believe that this will make you impaired. So it's almost as like this embrace begins to almost like turn you drunk, basically. And I will just let you know what that means for you.
Yes.
You are...
So I'm down to 8 humanity.
You have a 2 dice penalty.
Oh.
No, you still keep
humanity,
it. You will
and then you
re-roll
just
later.
we'll do a little X on the one open one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You have a 2 dice penalty to all pools.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a stain.
As you are
not
overcome
losing
with
it.
this kind of feeling of regret, or in this case, you are taken by this mentality that you've just expressed. So with that,
Okay.
we go to you, Nico. You are brought to a place called the Capitol on Jasper Avenue. Kind of like, again, open window space, but a very like kind of club bar. There's a dance floor that shouldn't be a dance floor because people are still trocking in to go and get drinks and everything. But you were brought to a booth area, sitting in front of this ginger-haired person. She's kind of observing you, and she's been observing you for a little bit. She sits, and as she sits and looks at you, she's like, "So, it's very interesting to me that you are somebody who can be brought to embarrassment very clearly when you stepped across the bounds that you shouldn't have been crossed into. And then also, are somebody who can impose upon the maitre d' of our institution and cause him to be a total fucking flake and call us. What's that about?"
Well, to be honest, I've noticed you've been observing me, and I bring a certain type of air to rooms that I'm in. And I have been through a lot in the time that I've been around. As I'm sure your maitre d' made you aware, I was on the side of the Camarilla during the sect wars. An active participant. I also lived through what many would call the Week of Nightmares. I have survived more than many kindred before me. And the reason I come to the Camarilla now is that I have a retainer that is currently unavailable to me, and I would like him to become available to me. He's currently locked up in one of the prisons that I believe the Camarilla do have influence with. And I'm not coming asking for a free gift or not even trying to use the influence that I have with our sect. I am here to offer my services in any way that is needed. Whether if the Camarilla are looking for someone who needs guarding, if they need protection, if they need an enemy dealt with, whatever it is that I can offer, I'm kind of for lack of a better way of talking, a bit of a blunt instrument. My physicality is the main thing that I have.
I gathered.
And I do have a level of, as you yourself pointed out, a level of etiquette that I still try to abide by, a level of awareness, but I'm not a scholar, for sure. I simply want my retainer to be more or less returned to me.
Do you mind if I ask you a very blunt question?
Of course.
Pun very much intended.
I'm in your domain.
Anyway,
Not specifically yours, maybe. But
yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So, you got somebody in prison. you can't get them out yourself. You couldn't arrange anything like that. I mean, you've got. Is there nothing that you could do? I mean, you're a big lick right now.
I'm not one to come into another's domain and fuck it up. I don't like to start fires. I like to put them out.
Okay.
The last Camarilla court that I was a part of was back in, I believe it is still at this point known as Transylvania. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I am a Zemiche from the old country.
Let me roll for her right now. It's important.
And again, as I said, I don't want to come into another prince's domain or the place of a group of Camarilla and start a fire simply to get my retainer, my, honestly, mortal retainer out of prison when I can instead come to your sect, come to, I don't even know the title you have, and that is for you to share if you wish, but to come to someone who has any level of pull and simply offer a possible deal or a transaction, as I said. I'd rather do this above board than just go at it as the blunt instrument that I am.
And what if I say no?
Then I look for another way. I, again, will not just start a fire, but the Camarilla, while connected, I know different people have different levels of independence, different levels of power. I try to find someone who will help. Worst case scenario, if it all comes to it, I find another place to go. I'd rather not come to that again. I have skills to offer. And right now, personally, I am an ocean away from my home, and I would rather come into this a bit more calm, maybe even find a new home. But that is up for those who currently rule this Paris of the prairies.
That's a very flattering statement. Listen, you say you're part of the dragons. I need you to understand. That changes some things. I'm assuming your sire isn't someone who sent you here. Like you are.
I haven't seen them in centuries.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I want you to make an etiquette, and I'm going to say... Well, here's the thing. You can choose. It can be an etiquette, but if you are trying to subterfuge your intentions here, I understand that could also be made. Or you can make a persuasion check.
Okay.
But it's going to be... I'm going to say composure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with etiquette.
Okay.
Okay. That is... that'll just be... It would be just 3.
Okay.
But I think I am going to use a willpower. I'm going to re-roll one of these to see. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but fuck yeah. That is now 4, 5, 6 successes.
There you go. Okay. I think on a 6 success understanding etiquette, you understand that saying you are the Zemiche is like big dick energy. I don't know anything else to say. It is a clan that was notorious in the day of the Dark Ages and is now a rarity. Meaning that what she says next holds very clear and deep implications for you. What she says is, I cannot go forward with letting you make contact with anybody without first speaking to the elders of your clan in the city. There is a strict... I need you to make a wits insight check now.
Insight and wits. That is going to be just 3 successes.
I'm going to see if she hides anything. This is important. Okay. You see through a little bit. You see somebody who, at the very thought of a person, a little peak of terror comes up. A little peak. The thing that she thinks about, you don't know what it is thinking about, scares her. We need to first conduct to see if contact can be brought in within members of the clan. If it can, then a conversation can be made if your presence is something we would welcome within our fold or not. That's the first thing. We have plenty of guards. We have plenty of people that can do physical work for us. It is a matter of connecting with the people to make that connection. And we need to check first. So we need to follow up and see if they know you from the old country. We need to make sure, because there is a structure here. And we need to follow it. We need to. It's not a matter of, is it possible to get through? I cannot. And I hope you understand that I cannot for my own sake. And for the sake of the city. And for the other elders. There is a thing that we cannot cross. So, I cannot give you an audience presently. What I can do, and I understand it is important for us to be able to maintain, and for one like yourself, to maintain your mortals when they are accessible. I understand. What I ask is this. You give us a address or a phone number we call you towards, and we can summon you. Once we have done our research, you give us a little bit of information that we can follow up. You've given us the sect wars, so we can follow up to see if there was anybody that was a part of that. There are elders that were involved, and we can cross and understand if they know anything. The important thing is that I can't give you a guarantee. And I hope you understand that. It is not out of disrespect. It is, we are in a time in which soldiers are not needed. We are in a time in which diplomats and diplomacy are. There will come a time in which we need a blunt instrument, but first we need a needle to thread us through.
Tell me. What generation are you? How long have you been Kindred?
I am 13th.
I am 11th. I am an Ancillay that has seen more than just what I've told you. There is always a need for protection when it comes to our kind. But I understand that you can only do as much as you can. I was a soldier once. Yeah. And maybe once a dragon, as you've said. But tell me, had I not been honest with you, would it have been a simple no? Or would there have been a different level of contact?
With you crossing through the tower's threshold without invitation, and if you had not come forth with this information, and if you had not been exceptional, you would be a guard against your own will, and I would never look you in the eye again.
Then let me tell you, my dear, I will await, but you should really get a better maitre d', and not someone who just brings anyone off the street into your tower. Because he's the one who brought me across that threshold. He could have said anything. He could have sent me away. This is not to try and swing the dragon around, but I have seen elders come and go. Those who blame others for their insolence, like that young man, will not last long in our society. But you have more than potential. I don't know how to get the number off of this thing, but if you do, that can be how to reach me. I'm from 1830s. I've never used one of these.
She's gonna look through the phone settings. I'm gonna make a check for her because I don't know if she knows how to work these things.
I'm picturing like a Nokia rock box.
Yeah.
So there's a number that's listed within it. I can track that, and she's gonna track the number down.
I understand if you do not feel comfortable. But do you have something I can call you other than just my dear? Because that feels a little condescending to
Debo.
me. Debo? Thank you, Debo. Self-preservation is not something that's necessarily needed by fear.
Take care, Nico, and walks out. Where do you go next?
I sit there and I go,
I don't know what the next step of my plan is.
I'm going to open my phone and I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. And I'm going to call Richard again.
Okay. You get a pickup. So, you finally got out.
Yeah.
How long are you staying in the city?
I have 2 projects currently at work. One is a young man that I promised his freedom. And the other, well, I've told you about that.
Before you do any of them, I'm gonna fly out. Don't see anyone.
Okay, I've already seen someone.
Just tell me where to meet you. Give me like something.
I pull out the paper that I had.
It's, this.
And I give him the address.
I'll be there by tomorrow night.
Alright. Do you know anywhere where, like, you know what? Never mind. I'll figure it out.
Where do you go?
And I think knowing that she brought me here, to me goes, this is a Camarilla controlled kind of like bar of some sort, or somewhere they go. So I think I'm going to try to like find and notice, I think specifically when, if I could, when either we walk in or she walks out, I want to try to pay attention to people who watch us or her and be like, those are people on the payroll.
Make a resolve, and I'm going to say streetwise check.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave that as a single success because...
Funny enough, nobody was looking at you, as far as you could tell.
All right.
No obvious people.
Then I'm going to go up and go to the bar. Because you said it was a bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
I'm
two
going
bars
to go. I'm going to go up to the bar.
Hey.
And as I walk up to the bartender, I'm going to do a quick sniff.
Sure.
That's my awareness and resolve once again.
There you go.
That one is way better. That's 6 successes.
Yeah, okay. You get a whiff right now. Skies, what you got is kind of like a melancholic resonance, but not consumed, like just in his own bloodstream.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go up and be,
Sorry to bother you. I'm visiting town.
Yeah.
Do you have any nice places that you'd say would be good places to stay? Like hotel, motel, Holiday Inn?
Hotel, motels. I mean, there's a couple good places. You looking just like for what? Like a day or two or something like that?
Yeah, like a night or two.
Honestly, if you want to find some there's like some motels like outside. I mean, if you're looking to save a buck or
I'm
something.
looking for something nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple suites or something like that. There's a couple of apartments or something like that. Oh, there's these rentals. Damn, I'm trying to think of like a hotel. It's actually not. There's one like up the west end a little bit. You could probably stay there. Yeah, not too far.
Okay.
The Matrix. It's a fancy hotel near Chateau.
There's a kind of thing called the Matrix. Well, that's east though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm west.
Pointing
right
west.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Further
Alright.
west
I
up.
fucked it up.
Thanks.
That's okay. Hey, democracy dictates that Sami's helping.
Yeah, I think after that I will go to head out, and I think just quickly as I'm going out, I'm assuming there's a bouncer, I'm gonna try one more bloodhound whiff.
Sure.
To see if there's anything there. That one's just 4 successes.
Similar melancholic vibe. Something interesting here peeks up for you. Mm-hmm. You realize that this kindred took you to a place full of mortals. Yes, it's probably on a strip where there's Camarilla surveillance and control, but probably one of the most dangerous things that you kind of realize is that it's not even a bad thing. It's just like tactical. She took you to a place
Where there was no other Camarilla.
no kindred.
Yeah.
So any display would have breached the Masquerade, and you would have immediately been in a bad situation.
Okay, cool. Then with that, I think I will just head out, and I'm west right now, correct?
Yeah, you're by Capitol, so you're in Jasper Avenue.
So I think I'm going
109th
to
Street.
continue heading east, just kind of walking down. I'm going to see, basically he's going to be looking for any sort of like spot that might seem like it's a kindred place. Also, if he's near like anywhere close to fucking, what's it called, the Slow Pour Beer Bar,
That's west.
that's farther west. Okay, no, he's not gonna go there then right now. He's just gonna head more east. If he can find a place that seems like it might be a kindred controlled area, he'll pop in, just basically trying to like get information. And just kind of head that way. Basically kind of like so that he can easily get back to the little hovel that he's in.
Right.
If need be. And I think, yeah, as he's going, he's just going to, like, unzip and pull out the book. And he's just going to, like, kind of flip through it as he's walking, kind of just, like...
Okay.
He'll, like, read a little bit. He'll, like, look around and be like...
A night that could have ended in your immediate execution has led to you now reading a book as you wander the streets looking for some kind of kindred space. Penny?
Yes.
Your dinner concludes. Douglas and Brock stay. Dr. Potts. I know we've gone around this, but would you be interested in reconnecting with us sometime to discuss further?
I would absolutely be interested in furthering this discussion. I should make you fully aware.
Are you all right? Just kind of like... Are you okay?
Sorry, I think I drank too much. I should make you fully aware that I just been operating independently for so long. I don't want to make any promises until I know 100%.
Of course. We'll be all right. We can.
I'm not gonna fight Mr. Glass. I can't fight Mr. Glass.
Wait, what? We didn't say you should. Don't worry. No, if there's anybody, there's don't worry about that. I mean, if there's any elders you want to worry about, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Do you have a ride home?
Yes.
All right. Well, this has been a lovely evening. Can we get you to your car? Can we make sure you're okay?
No.
What?
When you say independence, do you mean like the drivers?
Drivers? Like what? What do you mean?
Like when, like the. I think maybe you don't know about that.
Well, okay. Well, Dr. Potts, this has been a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Brock, yes. Madam, may I gives you their arm. You got just a little something on the side right there, and just kind of like takes out his handkerchief and kind of brushes off the blood that is kind of gotten on the side of your dress.
Sorry, you're far too generous, both of you.
It's all right.
I'm embarrassing.
Brock brings you out to the side, and Douglas walks right behind as well. They're like, so where's your driver? Are they...
Oh,
driver! Is that what you were talking about?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm the driver. Is that what you meant?
No, we're talking about like independent courtiers, like a group that's separate but, expands a network.
Networking.
Yes.
That's what that is.
Yes. Brock says, where is your driver right now? Douglas, not right now. We'll talk later, hopefully. Where is your driver?
Oh, I need to text.
Okay.
Boop. Okay.
Great.
I like to imagine that she said boop out loud.
100%.
Absolutely did.
She did.
Absolutely did. And
100%.
Douglas goes, I love how this you don't do, but the boop done.
Yeah.
Your driver comes up.
She's blood drunk now, so.
Yeah.
Stops the car. The driver goes to open the door. Douglas and Brock wave to you and say, have a lovely evening, Doctor.
Yes, you too. Thank you. It's very lovely.
The door's closed on you. As you're driving, you even just like faintly see out the corner of your eye the two vampires go. Like that kind of like they go to the sidewalk like fuck yeah.
It's like Wall Street bros who just like.
I know. I'm like, were they like 80s like yuppies?
Yeah.
Also, I'm 100% picturing Douglas as like Christian Bale, like Christian Bale, like, as Batman, slick back hair.
Nothing in common with you. Like Patrick Bateman kind of shit.
Yes.
No, Douglas is Batman, Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brock is American Psycho,
Brock is
Christian Bale.
American Psycho Christian Bale. It's two Christian. Oops, both Christian Bales.
Oops, all Christian Bales.
Yeah, exactly. If Sinner's got the technology, we got it here too. We cousins.
100%.
You are in your car. What do you do? Is there anywhere you're going? You're going to be just driven back home at a certain point. Your driver does say, "Madam, are you ready to go home?"
Could you take me to my house? There are things that I need to pick up. It won't take long. And she like gives him the address to her old house.
To Ambleside.
Yeah, to Ambleside.
Yes, ma'am. Closes the partition, begins to drive. You drive for a long time. As you drive, you feel yourself kind of like sit in this drunkenness. And I want you to roll a single D10, please, and tell me what happens.
Okay.
It rolled.
And it rolled a success.
This moment passes for you as you think about what has just happened. And as you think and ponder, you continue to drive. And as you do, you actually come to feel remorse within yourself about what has just transpired. Again, that fine line of being a monster, but still understanding that what you are doing and working towards is something different than just the idea of bestial consumption. As you get there,
Yes.
you heal that stain, so you relieve it. You do not lose humanity.
Cool.
As you drive up to your house, you see there is police caution, do not cross tape around the front of your house as well as the garage.
Oh.
As currently there is not a active police presence right now, but there is or has been a police activity. At the same time, you get a ring on your phone. Unknown number.
She answers it, but like a telemarketer where like you don't say anything, you wait for someone else to speak first. So she answers it and she doesn't say anything.
You hear, and the voice you hear is an older woman, British voice, saying, "Dr. Potts, Mother is calling you.
Hello, Mother.
Are you able to work tomorrow?
Yes.
We have someone that is very much in need of assessment."
Understood. Mother,
Yes.
I am with my driver at my Ambleside residence. I forgot to ask for a few of my personal effects to be retrieved. There's a police presence here.
We're aware, dear. We weren't able to gather everything because, unfortunately, there was a disturbance.
I understand.
Be careful. See you tomorrow.
Boop. She immediately saves the number as Mother.
And with that, we're going to end our session.
Okay.
Well done, you two. Oh, but before we end our session, we're going to end our session for you two. I am going to describe a little bit of an epilogue for this.
Okay.
So unfortunately, Gertie is not here. But Dole in his and the group for the collar is going to be conducting some business on behalf of the Vipers. However, this is business that is very risky, because this is business pertaining to some group work within the clan and also within the gang to help strengthen that influence and to help give them some leadership. But there's a reason that it's risky. they are going to be traveling into a place that they know to be highly dangerous for Kindred, and that is Sherwood Park. The day after a certain Kindred began to come into the streets with a horse, there is a young teenager that begins to walk towards the sidewalk. They are tired, but they approach a individual wearing a kind of like autumn jacket, but kind of multi-layered, like a sweater underneath. This person, their hair is well combed, well kept, tied up. It's kind of like split into two pigtails, like kind of full tails though. And she stands Caucasian with these like kind of streaks of gray, white, and brown highlights in her hair. As she stands on the sidewalk, and this young kid comes up and says, "I thought I was seeing something last night, but I was watching, kind of like keeping an eye out, and I saw coming down the road kind of like that was like a horse or something. It was weird to see it." This person, she goes over, reaches into her jacket, pulls out a button, gives it to the kid. The kid takes it. She says, "Thank you, Neil. Get home safe. Rest well. You've done a good job. Thanks for keeping us all safe." This young boy goes the opposite direction. The young woman, we see her in this kind of like brownish vest, this light white sweater and the jacket. She stares up, her face hardened with age and a little bit of discoloration in her eye. There is subtly a scar underneath her lip, and she begins to walk towards the bus station, where she sees this horse still set by the fence line. She brushes it. She says, "Now, who do you belong to?" And starts to kind of move the horse. And she walks away. And that is where we end our session. Welcome to the second season, my friends.
Yep.
Season 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
I'm going to scream. That means a European vacation is going to be the third one, and I am not okay with this. I'm very upset. But thank you all so very much for being a part of this. Welcome to season 2, all of you, and welcome to the Electric Boogaloo, I guess.
Yes.
And remember, as always, friends, you are welcome, you are encouraged, and you are amazing. And we hope you take care. Bye, everyone.